Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her. And you know what? Karma's a bitch. It just comes back around, and you don't help me, I won't help you. That's just it. Oh, and get your cup milk too, because period. You can get it at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code, and it will take you right to the shop. You can get the merch and all of that stuff. And favorite my shop, would you? And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, and thank you.
Well, I'm David Healy, and Lana, I don't care who knows it now. I'm in love with you. Yes. Also, Ryan Murphy, cast me on a show, please.
I I don't even know what to say with that one. I have so much to say about that, but yeah, we are here. We are talking about all of the things reality TV, and I'm excited to talk about it. So, welcome to Reality Roundup, y'all. We are here. We're gonna do it. But before we do, there are some things I need you to do for me. Need you to subscribe to this channel because we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers and we are halfway there and we're halfway through the year. So we would love, love, love if you would just subscribe to this channel, uh, s- hit the notification bell, hit a like, leave a message, leave a comment because, and that helps the algorithm hype up the video. We love that. We'll take that too. Do all those things because that really helps us out here at this channel. So do all the things, hype us up, leave the video a comment, even if it's just a heart or a fire emoji or whatever. Leave us a comment. It helps us out in the algorithm so much. And if you are into competitive reality TV, this is the one stop shop for you because we are talking about it all from America's Got Talent to um, Project Runway, Dance with the Stars, Amazing Race Canada. We even going international, baby. We got the Big Brother happening right now. All the drag race that you can imagine. Drag Las Más, Drag Race France, Canada, Down Under, coming soon, Latina Royale. Love Island UK is wrapping up. We got it all.
Don't
So
forget Bed Rot Challenge.
I mean, sure, if you wanna. We have that too. But we got a lot of stuff for you. So please follow us and subscribe to this channel if you will. We would really appreciate it. Um, and all the stuff going on. We got the channel is packed. And we got a new Instagram. So go follow us over there too at the cup dot TV because we'll give you all our schedules so you know every video that drops in all of our lives. We're giving you news content and then clips of the shows and all kind of stuff. So go check that out and interact with us over there. And then of course you can just follow all the other channels and their all the socials as well at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. All those things. And the audio podcast links and the Patreon, all in the description below. Period. David, we had a lot of stuff to watch this week. A lot of shows, a lot of interesting things. And I think we should just kick it off with what we normally do and how we do things. So it's time for some singing and variety shows. So up first, of course, as always, is America's Got Talent. And it is the last day of auditions. Finally, I felt like this went on far too long.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just I haven't watched America's Got Talent in so long, so I just didn't realize how much auditions take. But we had the last of the auditions, and then we had the judges picking some of the people who were picking the 44 people, 44 acts that were going to move on to the live show. So first we'll start with the auditions. David, who were your favorites? Who were your standouts?
Yeah, so we actually had kind of less auditions than we usually do because three of them were the same person.
Oh my
Um,
God. Oh my
and
God.
I will not be mentioning him because he was not in my top
Me
anytime.
either. At never time. Never a time.
Yeah. I will say this might be my new least favorite audition episode. I think none of the acts were outstanding. Like there were some good ones for sure, but no
Hmm.
one blew me away. My number five overall, her name was Sarah Hardwig from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hmm.
She talked about being born blind, and she was a country singer. She sang a song like "Heart Like a Truck." I thought
Hmm.
she was pretty good.
Hmm.
I don't think she was anything too special, but she was good, good enough. Um, it seemed a little bit to be story over substance with her, but I'm okay with that. I mean, somebody's got to go next round anyways. I don't see her making top 44, but I thought she was decent.
Hmm. Agreed. I liked her, but she was okay. I think her story is very inspirational, but that's not going to take her to the end. But she was
Right.
good.
Um, then, did you have a number five?
That would be it.
Okay. Okay. Then for me, number four was this girl Maria from Germany. Uh, she talked about how she was in a wheelchair for 2 years. So I had no idea what her talent was going to be. And then suddenly she just folds herself backwards. And I was like, what? I've seen things like this, but never to the extreme of what she's able to do.
Hmm.
She is like the craziest contortionist I've ever seen. It was so freakish. And she just has like this innocent smile the whole time, but she literally put herself in a box.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know that there's much like she can like go from here. Like we see what she can do. What else can you do from there? I don't know. But I was grossed out, shocked, impressed, everything at the same time.
Oh yeah, she's my actually my number three because I was like, I thought she was like I could not take my eyes off of her, but I was literally grossed out at the same time. I was like, ooh, but I can't stop watching because what are you going? She was in a wheelchair for 2 years. She said, "I'm like, did you get in the wheelchair because you was breaking your back trying to?" What's she like? I don't get it. I don't know how someone was a wheelchair and she was paralyzed, but then you could do this. Like it's crazy. I was impressed. I thought she was really good, but I agree with you. I don't know what else she could do unless she's I don't know if she got another group of contortionists with her. I don't know, but like I don't know what else she can do besides put herself in a box and how much more she can do. So I liked her, but I don't know if I want her to 44.
Right. Who's
My
your number
number
four?
my number four was actually the family band, the father the and the brothers, the singing
The
"Country
sound.
Road Take Me Home," the sound, and I like them. I don't know if I'm not a country fan too. So I mean, I like country, but not like that. Um, but I do know talent, and I their harmonies were really really good. They seemed like a nice group of men singing, and I think they could do more. We just don't know what else. They were good, but I've heard better. Like I don't know how excited. I think they're one of those groups that's like, okay, yeah, take your act to the open mic nights and go do a couple of, opening acts for festivals and things like that around, local talent and things like that, and they'll be fine and successful in that. But I don't know about America's Got Talent famous winning, but we've heard other bands do much better, but I think they were good.
Yeah, I thought they were good too. They were actually my number two overall. Um, I'm a sucker for killer harmonies. We both are.
Hmm.
So I think that was why I really connected with them comparatively.
Hmm.
Like I said, it wasn't the strongest night overall. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of country either. But those harmonies were tight. That's what happens when you have a family group. Like people have
Yes,
similar voices, similar tones, so they just blend well. Like that from experience
I know
too.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
something about that family bond and that family connection that you just do it. That harmony is always tight. It's really good.
exactly. My number three overall, his name was Aiden Corcoran. He was the magician.
Mm.
And the thing about him is he came across so timid. I don't know that he has a showmanship that a lot of the other magicians we've seen have had, but what he was able to do was pretty impressive. I do think he had audience plants, especially the girl. Like he must have known her, especially if she's giving a birthday that's on the bottom of his dollar bill. You can't convince me he didn't know her. But what I don't understand is how Simon was able to point out somebody and that person, like I would have thought he was an audience plant too, but like Simon picked him out. So I'm not sure how he was able to get that signature from one place to another. So that was impressive. But yeah, I don't know. I want to believe more than I can. And with him, I'm like, you can't trick me. You got audience plans. So I don't know.
I bought it. He was my number
Hmm.
two. I bought it.
Okay.
I liked him. I really did. I thought it was really good, and I don't know how he did all the things that he did. I'm not that into it that I'm like it has to be an audience plan. It must be, and I don't believe it. I don't really care. I don't care. It's magic, and you did it. And if you were able to pull it off well enough, that's fine. I don't care enough to believe you or not believe
Hmm.
you. I thought he was fine. I thought he was really good. I do think he needs to, you know, he's not the most charismatic one out of the magicians, the thousand magicians that we have seen on this show already. And even this season, he is not the most outgoing. But I did like his set, and if he does get a chance to come back, he just has to prove he can do better and do more. But I like him.
Hmm. Okay, so we only have our number ones left. So this is interesting because I'm sure it's not Lou, the guy that kept coming and doing the comedy. I'm sure
No,
it's not Man Ramp. So I think it's in
no.
between two acts who's going to be number one for each of us. And I don't know if we'll agree. I'm curious because we've either got the singing police officers, the mariachi band, or we
Mhm.
have Pink Beard, the band that closed out the show. So for me,
Mhm.
one of them was my number six, one of them was my number one. My number
Mhm.
one was the singing police officers, the mariachi. I thought that was so cool. Like I did not expect to like them as much as I did, but it was just really cool getting to hear that kind of cultural music, and they did it so well. I don't know that they need the shtick of the police officer uniforms. I wish that they were just like, hey, we happen to be police officers, but we're an actual mariachi band, and just come out dressed like a mariachi band. But they were incredibly talented. So they were my number one for the night.
I think he was. They were very good. They were very talented. I agree with you. I don't. I didn't want to like the cops because cops and all,
Right.
but I did think they were good, really, really good. But my number one has is Pink Beard because I have to pick Pink Beard because he is from Birmingham, Alabama, and it would have
Hmm.
been a disservice if I didn't pick him. But he is actually good. The band was really good. I thought that they. I don't think he has the best. Here's the best voice, but I will say he they have the best showmanship. Like out of all the bands and everything, I think what he lacks in his vocal abilities, he makes up in showmanship, and he will put on a good performance for us every time. And then
Yeah.
he does have the other guy who is in the band who can sing. So what he lacks in his vocals, the other guy picks up in his vocals, and what the other guy lacks in showmanship, Pinkbeard has it in showmanship. So I think there's a perfect, balance, a perfect union. I thought the song was catchy. I thought it was really, really catchy, and it was really different and interesting, and I liked it. It's not my genre. I'm like, country music again. Here we go. But I do think people are now willing to listen to black country artists more nowadays, and I do think it's a place for him in the country world. It's not going to be easy. It's always just not going to be there for us in that genre. But I think more people are willing to listen, and I think with the response that he got from the audience, and it's an audience out there. I liked him. I really really did. I think it was a lack of not talent, but nothing spectacular. I don't think anybody in this group is going to make it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the winner is going to come from this group of people. But I do think Pink Beard is good enough. Like he's going to make it to the 44. He's going to have one of those slots. I think the judges really really liked him, and they liked that group. So I think he's going to do it. But to me, he was one of the best of the night because I think Mariachi might be tied for me. I'm gonna be honest because I
Okay.
just thinking about it, I did really enjoy them as well. So yeah, I think they're
Mhm.
the top two, and they're tied for first place for me.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I found Pinkbeard to be so endearing. Like he's a really likable person and a great performer. I was glad the audience connected. I think yeah, the only thing for me, like you said, the vocals were not
Mm-hmm.
as good. I think I came in like with an expectation, especially because I knew we hadn't seen the comment of, "Oh, I wish we had one more golden buzzer." So I was expecting like it to be like top notch, incredible, and it just kind of underwhelmed me. Plus, I think their sound kind of got muddied at time. I think they're used to playing in smaller venues where it like fills the room, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that it worked as well on the large stage. So I hope that they figure out how to make their sound work on a big stage like this a little bit more than they have going. And also, he wrote "Scars to You're Beautiful," which is a great song. I love that song by
Mm-hmm.
Alessia Cara. So, like, I want to hear more of his songwriting. If he can write that song, um, he's a great songwriter, a Grammy nominated songwriter. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
That's awesome. But then we had the judges after all the auditions were over. They were going to pick their people and pick the 44 slots. They had the ones that were just no brainers. Those are the ones they're definitely getting the spot. And I was
And
very
10
happy
of them
with.
already have spots because they
Yes,
have
10
the
of them
golden
had
buzzer.
spot with the golden buzzer. Those 10 are already in. Then we had, so there's now 38 people,
34 or more.
34 people rather, that they had to put in and give slots to. And then so they were like, these are some no-brainers. They were picking the one. And I was happy to see that they were
Right.
the ones that I liked, they were
Like the
picking like
robots.
the robots were in, the choir was in,
Mhm.
Jesse White was in, um so I'm like, okay, cool. Those are the people I like. I think the singer, the guy from last week. I can't remember his name. The soul food guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't remember his name, but I loved him.
But he was in. So I'm like, okay, period, period. Those are the people I liked. Now they couldn't decide. Some people were like, don't know, we want them. I like him, I don't like him. It was a little back and forth. And so Simon comes up with this idea now. Was it really Simon's idea or was it already planned to be this way? I don't know. But Simon comes up with this idea that they all get to pick some people that they wanted to see again, like they do with callbacks. Always, you have a callback, you have a interview, a second interview, if you will, and they were all going to be able to pick some people who they wanted to see again. So they grabbed all the people who they wanted. They watched the clips of them on the show, and then they decided between that who they really wanted to see back. And then they were going to go and meet them. Well, they were going to come to them, like wherever they are. We're going to see Howie at the Improv, Mel somewhere. They just go to where they are, and they
Mhm.
were going to perform again. and then they were going to decide if they were going to get a spot. And I think this is a good idea. I think it's a really good idea. I mean, in show business, you get have callbacks. You get this is the
Right.
audition, and then you get a callback. And so if you're good enough to get the callback, you go in there, you do it again, and yeah. So they all get a callback, and they get to. And there was some people who I was like, "Oh, you need a callback for this one?"
Right. Like
I
the
was
girl that sings from like Eastern Europe. I forget her name or where she's from, but I was like, why is she up for discussion? She was my
the one who
favorite.
did the rock song.
No, not her.
Not Nene. Okay,
Different girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brooklyn.
I was like, Brooklyn. Yeah. Like, why is she not a lock?
Yeah, it was crazy because like I think the disabled comedian I thought he would be a lock, but he's not, and he wants to work with Howie. Howie wants to work with him a little bit, and I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just
It's kind of reminding me of like the judges' houses segment of X Factor, where each judge has like their acts that they. I mean, obviously they're not coming to their houses; they're going to them this time.
Mhm,
But I think there's obviously going to be some investment on who they pick. Like if
mhm.
Simon sends somebody through, he's going to be rooting for them a little bit harder than who Mel
Yeah,
sends through. You know,
r-
so should be
yeah.
interesting.
It should be interesting. So I think this is the point. I'm like, okay, now I'm interested in the show again. Like, what's
Me
really
too.
gonna happen? Because the auditions, okay, but this was good. I really I did like this, and I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Yeah, but we do have a new task that we are giving ourselves now that we have finally seen all of the different acts for throughout the auditions. We have to each pick a winner. We're going to call it now and see who's right or if either of us are right. So it's your turn to pick first. So you get to decide out of all the acts we've seen who's going to win this season.
Okay. So as much as I love my Jesse White tumblers, and as much as I love this choir from Atlanta, because I think they're awesome, and I think the Jesse White is awesome, I don't think they're going to win this show because choirs don't usually make it. They don't usually give them. They go far, but they not go win.
Hmm.
Jesse White, they're entertaining, and I think this is a good platform for them to get more national recognition, and this is going to be great. And I could even see them maybe having a residency if they wanted to, because this is the act that you can do different things with and have a residency and stuff. But I think the person who has, or the person who has the chance to win this thing is the group Hands.
Oh, yeah. 100 Fingers.
100 fingers with your
Yeah.
hands. I think
Right.
he has the talent, the vision. It can definitely have a residency in Vegas and do some numbers. So that's what I
Mhm.
see.
Well, you know what? I've been saying I think that this is a magician or illusionist season. It feels like
Hmm.
there's a lot of focus on that. So I wrote down the same act as my winner pick. Um, yeah, but I did give myself a backup just in case you did pick the same one as me. And since you did, I think I'm going to pivot and not go for a magician. I'm going to focus more on who is somebody that could absolutely have a Vegas show and that could draw in people and that I would actually pay to go see. And there was one act that I remember saying, I would pay money to see this live.
I think I
And
know
that
who
was,
you're picking.
yeah, that was Royal Lasers.
Yep.
I think what they do is so cool. It would be so incredible to see that in person. So, plus, they do have a little bit of nepotism. They've worked for the America's Got Talent
Yeah.
show, so easy transition there. So I'm gonna go with Royal Lasers.
I think they have a really good chance too. I think that is one of the top two. And then the robot dancers, I think he could
Yeah,
be another one that could just, those are the kind of shows that people want to see. And it's like, that's entertaining and what they could do. So,
and I think
I
both
like
of
that.
ours are golden buzzer winners too.
Yes.
The
Yes.
robots wasn't, unfortunately, it should have been,
Well,
but Yeah.
But
So
that's
at least we
okay.
know they're in the top 44.
Yes, we do know they're there. They are there, but yeah. On to the next. We have Project Runway. And this episode was much better than before. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we are down. We're dwindling down some. I just want to get to the point where we're back in old school Project Runway, where we
Yep.
just send home one person. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. But as you know, the last episode, we were left on the cliffhanger to with which was going to be last, who was going to be saved in this jury of 12. Um, and it was between B, Bao, Yang Yang, Octavius, and Danny.
Right.
And one of them were going to be saved.
And we predicted two different people. You predicted B,
Bao
I
and
predicted
B.
Bow. Yeah.
And I was right.
It did come down to the two of them.
It came
And
down to the two, but I
yeah,
was right. They
it
chose.
made sense. Both of them have like been given story, like they've been present in the edit a lot. So I figured it would definitely be one of
Mhm.
them. I'm happy with the choice.
I am happy with the choice. I think B is a good designer, and I would have been happy with Bao because I do think she's an awesome designer. I hope they bring her back next season because, like, they
Mm.
just be bringing people back. She deserves to come back. Um, but they made their decision, and quickly they was back to the runway for the next challenge because it's starting right now. They are going to have to make outfits, fashionable outfits, with the NFL in mind.
Yeah.
And it's not sportswear necessarily, it's just fashion outfits with sports that is in conjunction with a sports team, one of the NFL teams. Now, personally, I was a little upset that the Chicago Bears was not picked by anybody because,
They've been in the
but,
Super Bowl recently.
huh?
Have they been in the Super Bowl recently?
It doesn't matter if we've been to the Super Bowl. Well, we did go in 2000, but that was the
Okay.
last
They
time.
haven't had
But
the Kansas City Chiefs in there, and they've been to a lot of Super Bowls recently. So what the heck?
I mean, I just feel like I was a little upset about that, but I get it because the Bears colors are ugly. So okay, but it's okay. It's okay. Orange and blue, maybe not the best. Me personally, would have picked either the Minnesota Vikings or the Oakland Raiders because those are the colors that would have would have stood to me because it's purple and yellow and white for the Minnesota, and then it's black and silver for the Raiders. Well, Las Vegas Raiders now, but I would have wanted that. Like, what do you mean? I don't know. But but I did like the choice of the Carolina Panthers because I like those colors. The blue and the
Mhm.
white and the black is a good color. Um, we saw Bobby foaming at the mouth at this challenge. She's like, yes, Philadelphia Eagles, go Birds. I want it. She wants it because the prize was not only do you get immunity for the prize for the winner, the leader of the house, because it's a team challenge. Team break
Mhm.
up the teams of three. And so it's a team challenge. And so but the winner, the person who's a part of the team, the leader, they will get a immunity, of course. Then they will get two tickets to next year's Super Bowl. And I was like, oh, in LA. So I'm like, okay, period. I will go to the Super Bowl even if my team wasn't in the Super Bowl. I want to
Right.
go because
Yeah, I'd go watch the halftime show.
of course, absolutely. And then I'll spend the rest of it like on my phone or unless my team is playing and I'm like, yes, okay. But um yeah, two tickets to that. Oh, she was like, I want it. I want this so bad. I want to take my husband and I want to go to the Super Bowl and cheat on anybody and da da da. So they asked who wanted to be a leader, and so five people raised their hand: Joseph McCrae, Andre, uh, Brian, Brian, Jeffrey, and then Bobby. So they put them in the button bag, and they picked everybody out, and Joseph McCrae, Andre, Jeffrey, and Brian. I said, I would be pissed too. I would be so
You have an
pissed.
80% chance of being drawn.
So pissed if I did. I was like, I want to be this leader. I want to do it. Y'all see me buzzing with excitement, and I still don't get picked. Okay. Out of five people, the one person you don't pick is me. Yeah, I'll be pissed. I will be pissed, and it'll just be, ugh. But she does not get picked. Ooh, sorry. It's raining. It's raining.
Okay, I did hear that.
Oh my goodness. It's storming. But hopefully I'll keep going. Um
We lost our people.
right. Well, I turned it off. I took it off.
Okay.
Um but so the teams were Joseph McCrae picked Naheem and Aaron, because yes, brothers. Um
Like instantly my favorite team, but not because
instantly
of Aaron.
like
I haven't crazy about Aaron, but the other two are probably my two favorite people.
yeah. I was like, oh, period. Yes, that's the team. I would love that. And I did like Aaron this episode, so I will get into
It
that.
was better. It was better.
But and then Team Brian, he picked by. Why do I keep saying by? He picked B.
Because it smelled like bye.
It's spelled like by, and I want to say by, but it's B. It's He picked B and Elizabeth, and so I was like, oh, okay. Um, then Team Andre, he picked Bobby and Jude, and then Team Jeffrey, he had Anna and Chelsea.
Chloe.
Oh, Chloe. Chloe. What's Chelsea? Oh, who was that?
Close enough.
Chloe. Right, close enough because like she really just let me down. This episode, like seriously, let me down. This episode, it's been going downhill from her with me ever since that first episode. I liked her so much in the first one, and I was like, mm. But so the teams that they picked was the Eagles, the Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New York Giants. So cool. Go to the
Sure.
workroom. Sure, like okay, they go to the workroom and they working. And on okay, so this is why I said I like Aaron a little bit more this episode. Um, I do appreciate the knowledge that Aaron has to the fashion world. And he was talking about some of the designs of the people in South Carolina and how they are like some of the people are, I can't remember what it was called, the Maasai people. I can't remember, but they have this fabric, that this pattern of how they would do textiles and things, and they would make it this like blocking pattern, and it so I was like, oh, okay. It was just very like good to know. Like I love learning new things, and and I liked it. But here's the thing: the crazy part about this team with Joseph McCrae, Naheem, and Aaron. Joseph McCrae had a vision. He had a vision of what he wanted to see, and they all came up with their collective ideas. But then he was like, they were adding things to make it cohesive because he knew from last season cohesion was the problem with the group he was in. They just didn't have any cohesion, so he wanted to make things cohesive, and he had this vision. Naheem didn't actually want particularly 100% see the vision, but he was like, okay, but I want to be a team player, but I don't really see. all right, I'm just gonna make I'm gonna make my stuff. I'm gonna do what he said. We'll do it, and we're gonna make it work. And I think it got even worse when Christian came over and was like, mm,
Menace.
he is a menace. I will give it this
You see what I'm
episode.
saying now,
This
right?
episode, he was truly, truly a menace because I was like, you messing with folks who don't need to be messed with right now. Like they really are on the right track and they really just you have to trust the process. But I understand him being a menace because even if you're not seeing it, you just like, oh, I don't see it. Like, I don't understand the vision. And it's nothing wrong with saying you don't understand the vision. But his thing that I felt was a little like, don't do that, Christian. He was like, maybe you need to go in a new direction because I don't see it. And it's like, okay, but you don't have to see it to know to if it falls apart, it falls apart. And I'll take my hands up and it's on me. But don't come and try to redirect my whole thing because you don't see the vision. I see this. This is what I'm seeing. But yeah, I didn't like that part of it for him.
Yeah,
Ew.
I agree. Like it feels like he keeps wanting people to do things a way that he would do things, and
Mhm.
that's just not how it works. Like there's different people with different styles, and they're not all going to match your style, Christian, and that doesn't make their style invalid. So yeah, he's been annoying me this season more than last season. So
Yeah,
pipe
it was it was crazy, but they wouldn't trust on and made their garments. Now, Team Brian, they were cooking with gas. Like they didn't have any issues at all.
they
Like
were
they
the
took
boring team this week.
they were like no drama, no issues. They were like, we got our patterns, we got what we gonna do, we got the vision, let's put it down. And they just cohesively made their own garments and was like, okay, checking in, make sure this works for this. Does this look good with that? Does it make sense with this story? Like, no drama. And I thought that was gonna be the biggest drama because of B and Brian. But no, none of it. It was like nothing. So I was like, oh, because I do believe Brian does like B as a designer. He respects him as a designer. But then they had their history a little beef. But like, this is work. Work is work, and they needed to work, and they got down to business, and they worked.
Mhm.
And Elizabeth, she was there. It was fine. It was fine. Um, but then we get to the drama of the last two teams, Team Eagles and Team Giants. Team Eagles, man, Bobby and Anthony, they like
Besties.
besties, not anymore. Like I was like, oh, they're fighting. The girls are fighting, and Jude is like, oh no, what do I like? He was like a son in the middle of mom and dad's argument. It was they just clashed at what they want. She didn't see his vision. He was trying to push his vision, and they didn't agree on the vision. And it was just a lot. It was just a
Yeah, I
lot.
think they single handedly set back Ukrainian and Russian relations by like 5 years. The war's never going to end, and it's thanks
Oh
to
no,
them.
this was never ending. Oh man, it was like it got personal. Like the jabs was like it went from I don't like this what you're trying to do for this collection to I think you're being a nasty person.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
oh,
bad character. That's a bad quality that you have.
right, that's a bad quality that you just tell people things like.
Did you have a side you were on?
No, I thought both of them were wrong. I did. I thought both of them were wrong.
I agree, but I was on one person's side a little bit more than the other,
Hmm.
and that was Bobby. I was on her side a bit more because it does make sense. You have to be honest if there's something. It's you're a team, so you
Yes.
have to be honest and maybe brutally honest because your teammate could drag you down. And
Hmm.
then we see, I won't get too far ahead of myself, but maybe she could have used some more feedback from him that he
Yeah.
wasn't giving because he was being too nice.
I think he shut down from her. Like after that whole back and forth and that her going him going personal, her going personal, him going personal. It was like hurt his. I think he got his feelings hurt. Honestly,
He was
I
being a
think
terrible leader.
he was a very terrible leader because he was so petty. And but that's because I think he thought they were friends. And I'm like, this is a competition, and you came in thinking you would go be friends. Is absolutely not. You're not friends. You're colleagues, and you need to treat them as such. You have a good relationship with your colleague, but at the end of the day, well, only one of y'all go win. So you need to focus and do what you need to do for you. And he wouldn't even think we got friends. And when his friend was like, "I don't like your style. I don't like your taste. This is not the right thing for this competition." His feelings got hurt, and so he tuned out, and he was just a horrible leader and petty at that. Like a leader could, I don't have to like you to lead you. I'm just gonna do my part, and we're going to do this thing together so we could be all successful. But he just tuned it out, and he just was like, I'm gonna focus on mine, and that was just it. And that was bad leadership, 100%,
Yeah,
100%. And poor Jude just in the middle, just like, I don't know what to do.
stepchild.
I'm just gonna make my garment over here in the corner, and hopefully it works. Like, cause I have no leadership coming from anywhere. I'm just gonna do what I do, and that's just gonna be it. And when she broke down, crying, sobbing, that poor model was like, "Girl, you okay? It's okay. I don't know what's going on, but it's okay." Like she's just, I was like, suck it up, Bobby. This is a competition. Get it together. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody just break, and she's not breaking down and leaving. Like everybody will break down and just go take a breather and get a moment. No, she's going to sit right there in the middle of everybody. And it's like,
The cameras are on.
I was
Yeah,
like, girl, you want some attention too? Like, what is happening
probably.
here?
Probably, but I also think it was like because she was crying because she like double sewed, like double
Yes.
quilted something. I don't know,
Mhm.
but I think it was also just like everything had built up,
Yeah.
and she was just kind of exhausted, especially knowing that one person will go home from the losing each of the losing teams, and there's only three people to choose between, so there's
Yeah.
not much room to screw up.
Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. It was just bad. I was like, girl. But then she was not the only one in this workroom crying because Chloe, on the other hand, she over there just making a bad outfit. Let's be honest. It was a bad outfit. And she knew it. And she's just sobbing. They're like, he's Christian. Now, this is the one time that I agreed with him. I was like, because the colors, the blue, red, and white, could kind of be a little cheesy together if you do it wrong. And he was like, try to make it different. One do blue, one do red, one do white with the, accents and trims and things. And she's like, okay. So she takes the blue, and I don't know what it was. I don't know what she was making. I don't know what her vision was, but sh- it was just bad. And then the I think Jeffrey was trying to help, and who was the other person on the team?
Anna,
Anna. I think they were trying to help her because Christian basically said she need help. She don't know what she's doing. They need help, but they still had to work on their garments too. So they can only do so much to help. And I don't. She's just child. She was a mess to me. She was a mess. She just. I. mm, if she don't go home,
the Reaper is coming.
if she don't go home, because like it's not it's so Cause oh my god, this is 2 weeks in a row. This her outfits was horrible.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these outfits because I'm sick of the workroom. What was your favorite outfits? Give us your rankings of your favorites.
Okay. I rank them by team. But I
Okay.
will say that the first team we saw have my favorite
Yes.
look overall, and that was Joseph McRae. I love that look, and I think he's showing range. He's still showing
Yes.
that it's like his style, but it's showing range. And I forget who it was. I think Brian again was like, "Well, these are all looking those." Shut up!
Shut
You don't know
up.
because you're. We'll talk about your ugly
Yeah.
outfit
We
later.
talking about okay.
Naheem was my number two. I thought it was great again.
Hmm.
Um, Aaron was number three for me, a pretty distant number three, but I still thought it was a big step up from what we've seen. I kind of like the quilted idea. I think it sounded cooler than it actually turned out, but I like the ambition, so I'll
Hmm.
give him credit there. Then the next team was Jeffrey's team. Jeffrey, by far, was my favorite. I was shocked that they liked Anna's the best. I thought Jeffrey's was really clean, polished. Maybe it's because I like drag. I could see that. They said it would be like the backup dancers for Sierra. I think Sierra could wear this, like, and it would work
Mm.
perfect on her. I thought it was so pretty. Anna was my second. Chloe was my least favorite of the whole night. Hers was rough. Like this looks like somebody who got on Drag Race has never done a design challenge before, and they did it for the first time. She should not be looking like a newbie at designing. Um, then the next team, Team Brian, B. I thought B was the best. Really liked B's look. Pretty closely followed by Elizabeth. I think those two alone were enough to keep this as the second best team because Brian did not like his look at all. The big bulbous dress, whatever, with no shape. I thought that was ugly. Brian, you better be counting your blessings that you had a good team because that was definitely one of the worst looks of the night. That might have been my second least favorite look above Chloe.
Mm.
Then we had Andrew's team. Of course, Jude was the best. I liked it. Now, this might be a hot take. I actually like Bobby's look better than Andrew.
Ugh.
I do, I do think it's rough around the edges, but I think there's a lot of potential, and it definitely looked worse in the back. From the front, it looked pretty good to me. Now, Andrew's did not look good from the front. I don't know why this person decided to put these buttons and these pocket squares like right around her belly button. It looked to me, I could not. Every time I saw this model, I kept thinking it looked like she had really droopy boobs with nipples exposed down at the bottom. And they were not even even. It was hideous. So, yeah, to me, Andrew was the worst for that team.
So yeah. Let's stick with just McRae's team because that was my winning team.
Mhm.
Um, I think I like Naheem's a little bit more. I liked the sleekness of the black. I really did enjoy it, but I did like Joseph McCrae's pants, and I liked that top. I think the shape of the top was really really good. So I enjoyed his top and the pants really really well. And I like Aaron's. Aaron is my number three because I do like it. I really do. I think that's the baby doll dress with all the different volume and everything. It's giving. It's what fashion and we've seen it on runways and carpet. So I enjoyed it. I really did. Um, I can't even go by a team per se for like the next three because B is my next favorite. I think B's dress is so good. I think it's really, really good. The pleats itself is just beautiful, and
Yep.
how
Those
they
are my top
flared
two.
out. Oh, how they flared out was really, really good. Um, Jude will be next for me because I thought his design was really pretty. I thought the skirt was interesting. I liked the jacket. It was tailored well. Um, Anna will be next for me. because I thought it was very, very classy. It was very, very. It was made well. I I definitely agree with that. Would be something the owner's wife would wear going to the game with that little logo. Like it's still representing the team, but it's very elegant, very classy. I would have picked that one, and then Jeffries because I think it does give me costume, but not in a bad way. Like it's giving me costume for like if Sierra was performing at the halftime show, or that would be something she would wear, or even or the backup dancers. Like it all goes together. I think the lines to represent the football and like I think that's very cute.
Mhm.
Then Elizabeth, I liked it. I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't really like it because I think it was the weaving was good, but like what else is
It
there?
seemed like it would be better when she was describing it than it actually turned
Yeah,
out. But I still
I
like it.
really thought I was like, oh, it's gonna be something
Yeah.
too very intricate. No, it was alright. It was okay. Um, I do agree with you about Andrew's dress. It does look with the nipples and
The
the
nipples.
pockets,
That's what they are. They're not even buttons. They're nipples.
buttons and nipples. It wasn't the best design. Like he could have not put those buttons on there. But I did like the skirt. I did like the skirt, and I understood what he was trying to do, the shape of the football, so it gave us the volume of the football. So that was his saving grace for being not just god awful ugly.
Hmm.
Um, Chloe and Bobby, what they did to these models, these are gorgeous, gorgeous women, and what they did to these models is atrocious and it's deplorable. Like you have a curvy woman already. This just goes to show for me, Chloe does not know how to make clothes for bigger women. She just doesn't do clothes for bigger women. She always does stick figure clothes. Even from the first outfit, it just showed she doesn't make clothes for bigger women. And that's fine. That might not be her aesthetic. That might not be her forte. But this was god awful. God awful. It was like a moo with a something like a waist trainer belt. Like no, no, it's not good. And then Bobby, that was that back. You could tell on that by that model's face. She was just like, mm-mm, mm-mm. It was yeah, no, no, I don't like it. It was gross. No, not for me. Not for me. But
Fair.
it was fine. But man, it could be better. But we don't know who's gonna go yet. But we know it's a
We
double.
know one person going home.
Uh, Chloe's gone. I think Chloe's
Look,
out the door. But maybe Andrew, because they did say we should get rid of them both. Talk about Andrew and Bobby. So
right.
we're like we can get rid
Yeah,
of
I
them.
would I would not be mad about that. I've actually never really liked anything either of them have done that much. So I wouldn't mind. But them trying to make it seem like, oh, Jeffrey could go because he didn't help Chloe enough. Even
No, that's
Chloe's like,
not fair.
no. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chloe's like, he should not go because of me.
yeah, that's that because even if he was the leader, she had to make her own thing. Like he
Yeah.
couldn't make the outfit for her. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah.
But I'm gonna
So
predict Andrew's gonna go and not Bobby.
I think
Totally.
I don't know. I think they might pull a one of those. Maybe three people might end up going.
I would love it.
I wouldn't be mad at it at
Especially
all.
if it saves us from the other stupid double eliminations.
Yeah,
It's down to one elimination from here on out. I'm good with it.
please. And then we have a room for a non-elimination round. That's fine. If that's going to keep us on pace for what they need for the shows, fine. But get rid of them. Get rid of them. I wouldn't mind that at all. Let's get to Dancing with the Stars, the next pro. What an episode. this was a really good episode. I'm really enjoying this show. Um, Brandon Armstrong came in as the guest judge and mediate.
No idea who he is.
That's because you don't watch Dancing with the Stars. I do, and he is a great pro. I love Brandon. I think he's so awesome. He came really, really close to winning his first Mirror Ball Cup last year. So, ooh, I was so excited. But he's a great mentor, and so he was doing the art of storytelling through dance, and that was the theme for the week. Um, and they paired them up into pairs: Alan and Adele, Benji and Nina, Tristan and Stephanie, AJ and Selena, and
Eric and
Eric
Natalie.
and Natalie. So they gave them all, they told them to go tell your story and then decide which of the person's story you wanted to tell and what kind of dance you were going to do. Now, I don't, I thought the process of going through and telling all the stories and da da da, I think everybody picked the right story except for AJ and Selena, and then Nina and Benji. I
Yeah, and the thing is, we didn't hear what Selena's story was. So, like, was hers that much worse that they didn't pick it?
right.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
I
And then I get why Benji gave up because it seemed like somebody would tell like their idea for the story, and then somebody else would be, yeah, but mine is really sad. Listen to this. Like,
right,
and then the other person just was like, okay, well, I guess I'm obligated to take
right.
my like, joyful I love Miami story and give it up for your sob story.
It was it was a story. Mm, I would say it was interesting to tell these stories, but I want to get into it. With Natalie and Eric, they chose her story of being a child coming to America from Hong Kong when she was young and didn't speak a lot of English, and she didn't have a voice. She said she didn't really have a voice in this world. She couldn't really tell anybody anything until she got on that dance floor, and that's when she came alive. That's when she felt heard. That's when she is the most comfortable. And I get the story, and I was like, okay, but I did not get the connection with the story to the dance. They did
Right.
one of my they did one of my favorite dances. I love the Viennese waltz, and it's one of my favorites in ballroom. But I did not get the connection of the story to the dance that they actually did, because it was just she started off small and she was on the floor and then she got up, and it was like, and that's your story. I don't. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I was like, I don't know what this means. Was it a beautiful dance? Sure. It was beautiful, and they had beautiful lines, they glided, they did all the Viennese waltz steps. It was very beautiful and angelic and ethereal. But what was the story behind it?
Yeah. I agree with you. I think actually several of the dances this episode, if I did not have the context, I would have no idea. Like I wouldn't even know that there was supposed to be a story on a lot of them, especially this one. But I will say, I think she stood out so much more than Eric in this dance. Like I thought she was incredible, and he just kind of faded for me. Like he was just kind of a sturdy support for her, but such a background person. And maybe that's what you're supposed to be on Dancing with the
Hmm.
Stars. I guess you're supposed to
Hmm.
make your partner shine. But I wanted to at least remember he was there. But she made it hard to remember that he was there.
I think that's what his job was for this dance, and I think that's what the with the Viennese waltz, the guy is the prop, is the one who is the bass, and so he was a perfectly good bass. He did everything. He was supportive. He was her, held her sturdy. I think he technically, again, technically, Eric is a great dancer. Technically. But when it comes to performance, he lacks something. It's something missing that you don't remember him, and we don't.
It's kind of wallpaper.
Yeah, it's just like it's not connecting, and so he's fine. He's a great technical dancer, but just not a good showman. So, but I thought it was a good dance. I thought it was, and she was beautiful. She was beautiful. Um, Up next was Stephanie and Tristan. This story was really my favorite, well, one of my favorite stories. It was my second favorite story because they both had similar stories. Both of them were both like be growing up in a world where you're not really accepted in, and you have to conform and adapt to be around the people so they can accept you. And then you realize, like, I don't have to conform, I don't have to change anything, I can just be me. And you have to learn how to, live, do you and be you. And both of them had the story, so it made it connect because they both knew. And so they both had some dog in this fight. Like, it wasn't like, oh, this is your story, not my story. No, this is our story. And it showed in the dance. They did the rumba, which I also love, but they did the dance to Dreaming of You by Selena, which I absolutely love her. And this is my favorite song from her. Um, and so I really got the emotion behind this story for them, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was beautiful. I think both of Stephanie danced it beautifully, and Tristan was the best support system for her in this dance. And you just like, I think Mark said it. You just like watching him dance. He might not have all the techniques down and all the things perfectly, but he's just fun to watch. That's what Eric was missing. Eric doesn't have the showmanship and the relatability to like Tristan has. Yeah, he was a support. He was the prop. He was there to hold her up, but you remembered him. And that was the difference between him and Eric. And that's what I like. And Stephanie danced this beautifully.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like it was kind of similar with the first one where the woman took the lead and commanded the attention, but Tristan didn't fade like Eric did for me. But
Mhm.
yeah, Stephanie was incredible in this. And this is one where it's like, okay, I can tell you're acting. I can tell there is a story. Once again, if I did not know the context, I would have zero clue what the story was. But at least I know that you are conveying something. So
Mhm.
maybe maybe I don't always need to know literally as long as you're getting the emotions across. And I think they did that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was beautiful. I think this is my second best dance of the night for me. Then we had Selena and AJ. And they were doing a jive to Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars. And AJ's story was he won the British Open and dance competition, and the sacrifice that he made winning the to win the British Open Dance Championship. Now, my problem with this dance, I don't understand how you're conveying you won the sacrifice, the sacrifice you made to win this British Open Championship with a jive. Like, you're not giving us anything like a jive. I'm wondering how you like, oh, I run away, baby, and you dabbing it, and it's supposed to tell us the story of sacrifice. Now, maybe it's the run, run, run. You kept running, you kept doing stuff, you kept moving, just so you sacrificed a lot. But you didn't tell us what you sacrificed. You just talking about how you won the British Open, and that's not relatable because half of us ain't won the British Open, and we ain't gonna never know what that feels like to win the British Open championships. So he should have focused more on the sacrifice he made to win it. Like, I didn't get to go out. I didn't get to go be with my friends. I spent a lot of time away from my family. I was always practicing, so I missed a lot of things. That's what you should have focused on. And then said, but in the end, it was worth it because I won. We could all relate to missing things and doing things, to sacrifice and being away from things in order to get to what we want. But you didn't focus on that, and you didn't say it. And then you picked a jive that you just did last week. It didn't make sense. And another thing, AJ, Selena is not your pro. I mean, Selena's not your star. She's not a star. She's the pro as well. And the way he was talking to her drove me nuts. I didn't like how he was talking to her like she was the she's a star and he's the pro and he got to lead her. And then you did, and she got up there and outshined you 110%. She was the star of this dance because number one, we ain't never seen her do a job. We saw you do a job. Every move that you did this week, you did last week. So we don't care. We've seen you do that. We didn't see her do it, and now she looks better than you doing it. It just it I didn't get it. It was relatable. But Selena stood out and she's still the star that she is.
Yeah. I thought it was funny because I don't know if you remember last week, I was saying, like, he seems like that kind of guy who's never heard no in his life. Everything has gone his way. And then he comes out here and his story is about how, oh, yeah, I won something. Like, okay, yeah, shocker. Like, if he had come out and said, yeah, I lost this thing, I would never believe it because he never even loses, even when he should be sent home. Um, but I agree there was zero story here, but Selena outsold, outshined, and I think he made such a poor choice to do the jive after we just saw it. Like it had to be extremely like so different, out of the box, significantly better, and it really just wasn't. Like this was kind of baffling. Like for me, it was cut and dry. AJ made poor choices all around this episode, and he should have been sent packing. Absolutely. Now, I will say, I like he has been doing this sort of thing on Strictly Come Dancing.
Mhm.
Selena's 21. She's probably new to like this as an adult because she's still so young. So I can
Mhm.
kind of understand that dynamic, but it was still a little weird.
Yeah. What else, AJ? Yeah. Um, Worst dance of the night. And it has nothing to do with Benji. It's all because we did not understand the story. I won't say it won't have nothing to do with Benji. It has something to do with Benji. It has something to do with Nina. They just did not communicate well in rehearsals. Neither one of them. Benji was very passive, like whatever you want to do. And Nina was a bull in a china shop. Every time he did say something, she's like, "No, we do it this way." Okay, no, we all do it this way. And the communication was completely off. The story was all over the place. It was three parts to the story. Uh, Her dad dying, her stepping off the competition floor for a half a year, and then her partner relationship that she had personal problems with her partner. She needed to stick to one of those elements because she had three, and then she says, but overall, it's about perseverance. That's not what you gave in this, and it was just a lot of. It was disjointed. It was Yeah, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. And I feel bad because Benji did what he could, she did what she could, but it just never came together and meshed well. Um, it was just, yeah, no, I didn't like it.
Well, maybe this is showing that I shouldn't be watching this show because this was my second favorite of the night.
Uh,
Um, because for me, okay, I'm just gonna say this. I think storytelling and dance is impossible. Like you can't do it. You can emotion
no,
tell,
you can definitely
not
tell a
storytelling.
story.
Nope.
No, you definitely can
Not
tell a
even the
story.
guy, not even Brandon, whatever, could not tell his story. You have to explain it to me each time. I
But that's
cannot
what
guess
part of
the
it.
story
That's
while I'm watching.
dance. That's why they
It's
do it
emotion
how they
telling.
do it. And that's why they tell you the story because they want. But see, that's the whole point of Dance with the Stars and well, dancing period. If you watch, so you think you dance. They tell you what the story is, And now it's your job to go out and make this story happen. They told us what the story was, and now we're going to see it in dance, and they couldn't do it. Like, it didn't add up. Like, you can tell a story in a dance.
What I will say is I got that there was a story, and that's the bare minimum I needed because a few of the teams I didn't get a story at all. So I saw that there was a story. So I appreciated that, and I appreciated that they each had moments to shine too. I think they were really the only group that like let each person have like a moment to highlight their own dancing skills. So I thought they were both great. Yeah, nowhere near the bottom for me.
I would have had them at the bottom. I would have had it at the bottom because it just seemed disjointed. It just seems disjointed to me.
It
But
seems disjointed when you know what the story is. I agree, but
it
just watching it, I didn't get the disjointedness.
and then there was Alan and Adele.
Worst of the night. Just kidding.
I I don't even have to say anymore. I watched the go watch the recap I did. It was I don't have to say any more about this. It was the best dance. They danced to uh See You Again from Charlie Puth. And they used Alan's story, which was his mom passing when he was 15, how it was her dream for him to be on Dance with the Stars. They watched it when she was young, when they were he was young, and she told him, "You're going to do something like that one day." And then she passed, and then he continued to live out his and her dream. And now he's here. And I thought this was such a beautiful story because I think they both were very open and vulnerable to the story. And Adele, I'm gonna give you your flowers because she was so open to this. She was like, "I'm willing to do this for you," and she was open to the process. She was vulnerable during the process, and realizing the heaviness and the deepness with this, and telling the story about the mother and son. It was beautiful, and just this. I knew they were going to do great. I knew they were going to do great in this because the way they set this up with Robert coming to talk to Alan at the house about it because he can relate to this story. He lost his father and his mother had to he literally had to do this whole thing with his mom being his guardian angel and with his mom being his angel throughout this whole thing and being his rock and his just vulnerable moments. And so I knew that Alan and Adele was gonna be safe this week. I was like, even before they even got on that dance floor, I was like, okay, ain't no way they letting him go home. But the dance itself was so beautiful. They had moments in where they used the music of the song to portray what they wanted to say. Like when he was like, I want to see you again. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. And they were like together and like just mimicking seeing you again. When she jumped on his back and he had her feet in his hands and lifted her up and like she was the angel above his head, telling, being his guardian. I melted. I cried. I did. I watched this dance probably more than I want to admit and then I cried every time because I relate to this story. So it's just it was just beautiful.
Yeah, this was definitely the best. It gave me chills pretty immediately, and you definitely pick up on a story. I think it's added with the song and the context of when the song came out. That it was about like somebody dying. Um, but yeah, I thought they were incredible. They neither of them did too much, too, which I appreciated. Some of the other dances, like they did a little bit too much at times. They kept it fairly simple, and it needed the simplicity. So yeah, great performance from both of them.
And that's what I mean by you can tell a story in the dance because it's everything. It's the costumes, it's the song, it's the
Mhm.
lighting, it's everything. You have to set that mood and set that tone to tell that story. And that's what they did. They picked the right song, they picked the right dance because a rumba is very nice, slow, silky, kind of dance. And that's why I feel like a lot of people fell short. And I don't know if they picked the right song for their dance to incorporate their story. I think they did, and I think Tristan and Selena did. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if everybody did that, but
For
overall, it was really, 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 really good. Um,
mm.
I
I
didn't like the outcome though.
no, I didn't either. And honestly, I think if the judges did not have the context of what the actual stories were, and they had to interpret themselves what each of them were, and if they did not have the context of any sort of drama or bickering going off like backstage, I think we would have a different result.
Well, yeah. Well, I think with the drama, yes, but you always got to have context because in dance there is no word, so you have to know what they're talking about. So you have to give the context of the story. So I get that part. There's no way you can tell a story without telling words and see it in the dance. There's just no way. You have to have the
See,
context.
we agree then.
But I'm saying that's why they tell you the story as any dance competition or whatever. They will always tell you the story. That's just how dance works because you can't get the story without the context because they're not using words. That's just human nature. That's just natural. So they are going to always have the context of the story, but I didn't think they needed the context of what the drama that happened. If they didn't have that, maybe it'll be a different outcome.
The only reason I can justify that on their part is because these are people who are going to have to be working with people
Yes.
who are amateurs in dance, and obviously, if people aren't communicating the way they should now, then it
Yes.
shows how they can communicate when they're with their
They're
celebrities.
stars. Absolutely. You have to, after you think about everything that this show is going to encompass and what they're going to do after this, you have to be the full package. You have to be able to teach them. You have to be able to talk to them. You have to be their therapist. You have to be able to open them up and let them be vulnerable with you. You have to do all of those things and have good communication skills with the stars so they can learn it too. So yeah, but they let go of Benji, and that pissed me
Boo!
off. Boo, tomato, 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 tomato. I didn't
He's
like
probably
that.
my favorite guy. Yeah, I really like Benji.
I like Benji, and I was like, I honestly, I was like, it should have been Nina. If they were going to pick between the two, it should have been Nina because this was her story. This was her thing. She led this dance. She had, she told everyone, and yeah, he didn't talk up when he should have spoken up some, but she spoke over him. So I think it should have been her. I'm gonna be honest, but
I agree.
they let go of Benji, and I'm not happy. But whatever. Next week we're talking about group dances, and they're bringing in Britt Stewart, which I love. She's another pro on Dance with the Stars, so can't wait to see her and how they do the group dances. And I'm excited about it. I am really, really excited about it. But
I will tell you the only reason I watched episode 2 is because last
sorry, say that again. I hit it. I actually wasn't even trying to hit it. I just went
oh,
to
it's
go to
okay.
it.
Yeah, the only reason I decided to watch episode 2 was because last week you were like, I really hope you keep watching, David. And I'm like, you got me. I all you had to do is ask, and I'm putty in your hands.
Well, I really hope you watch episode 3, David.
Oh well, now I'm on the hook.
Look, I watch. Look, he gets me all the time, y'all. Like they were like, I really wish you would watch this and do this. And I'm like, all right, fine, David, I'll do it because
Well,
I'll
Más
do
Draga next week. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
it. I watched American Idol all for you. I did it. I did it. But no, now we'll get into some reality news because I hit the button too soon. There we go. Speaking of Dancing with the Stars, the next pro, it was the best summer series premiere of the decade. What?
Yeah,
What
for ABC.
for ABC? It was. It was their best summer series with 4.4 million viewers, not including the streaming numbers. And I get it. I like the show. I'm enjoying it. I'm sad. I am invested now. So I'm glad other people are watching, and other people have came to our Instagram page to say they watch it and they like it. So we love this here. We
Hey,
love it
Lance,
here.
take care of Milk.
Yes, and Lance is gonna be on the show so next week. So period.
We do have some other news regarding The Voice UK. So, season 14 is expected to return in 2027. They haven't had a season since 2024. But after the hiatus, we do know who the judges are going to be. Tom Jones is going to be there, Kelly Rowland, Will I Am. They were already part of the plan, but there were some other judges that backed out. It was a duo, a judging duo, Tom and Danny. They departed the show, I think, last month. But we found out who the replacement is going to be. It's going to be a rapper named H. I do not know this man. I know the other three judges,
No.
but I'm excited for The Voice UK. I'm going to talk about it when it does come back. I haven't watched it in, I think, since season one, but I did like it. If you think there's a lot of auditions in America's Got Talent, just wait, because last season, I think they had 9 episodes total. 7 of them were blind audition episodes. So
Insanity. That's insanity. I can't. Oh my gosh. That's insanity. That's so many. But okay, The Voice UK. Let's get into some social strategy. So we have the Bedrock Challenge finale.
yes, finally the finale. It's here. It was only 6 episodes, but it felt kind of long, to be honest. Yeah. But we start off this episode. We're down to Natalie and Luke. And Natalie, she wishes she was here at the end with a goat, but she's got Luke here, who's won almost all the challenges. So it'll be even more sweeter, she thinks, to beat the best in the competition. So hopefully she can pull that off. We see them in blindfolds on their beds, and they take off their blindfolds and realize there are 5 new beds in between each of them. So they're confused. They're speculating. They don't know what the challenge is going to be. Honestly, a lot of this episode was just speculating and them just not knowing what's going on. But they end up getting the buzzer to let them know if they're going to go to their elimination challenge or not. Luke says, I want to press the buzzer. So he presses it. And so they are getting ready for the final elimination challenge. They put on their blindfolds again, take them off again, and they look around and see there are all sorts of items around them. And they are told by the host that they have different challenges they have to compete to see who is the most well-rounded competitor for the season. So they're all they all have to do with different challenges that they've done throughout the season. But they get to pick the order that they're going to go in. And then, so as they're going along, completing different tasks, they get little letters that they're going to have to unscramble a word and solve a cryptex to unlock a box. And in this box, there are going to be a ton of keys. Then they're going to have to race across some beds, go to the middle bed, and test out a key. If it doesn't work, they have to run back and get another key, and so on. But they start off their challenge, and Luke decides, I'm going to count the sheep first. So he pours out his sheep, starts counting them. Meanwhile, Natalie is competing, working on her puzzle pyramid with the balls that stack up into a pyramid. But she quickly completes that. And so she moves on to eating bugs. They have 3 bugs that they have to eat. He's still counting sheep. She starts eating her bugs. And sure enough, she finishes her bugs. And Luke is still counting sheep. Finally, Luke has his number. He shows it to our host, who tells him, nope, wrong number. So he's set back. Meanwhile, Natalie is now counting the sheep as well. So he's told he has to empty out all of his sheep and put them back in before he can guess a number again. So he has to do that. He thinks he knows what his number is going to be, but he just starts shouting out random numbers to try to throw off Natalie. Um, but he starts pouring them all back in there, and eventually he does get the number right. So he is able to move on. He moves on to the ball pyramid and starts stacking that. But I'll tell you, Luke is struggling with this. He does not get the concept of how it works. And I'm like, good. So as he's struggling, Natalie is able to get the number of sheep right on her first try. So she's moved on. She's completed the first three things. She's got all of her puzzle pieces. Um, so she has to unscramble six letters. Um, those letters are ANESI. Can you guess what those are just by hearing them? Probably not. uh,
E-N.
yeah,
Hmm.
there's two N's. Yeah, an A, an S, and an I. Um,
Okay.
I think both of us would have solved this much quicker than either of these two people did. But they do show us on the bottom. I'm going to let you see if you can figure out while I keep going. Did you write them down? I'll let you write
Uh,
them
I'll
just
write them
because
down.
I need to know that you do better at this than one of these people.
Okay.
Um,
Let me
but
put it down.
yes,
Okay.
ENNSIA.
ENNSIA.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So we see Natalie working on this. She is struggling. She cannot figure out what this word is. She's putting together the letters in every single combination that seems like it's possible to put them in. But we still see Luke struggling with the
Oh,
ball pyramid. He's working at it, working at it, working at it. Um, he keeps trying. It
I
takes a
got it.
breath. What is it?
Insane.
Okay. Yes, it is insane. Uh, He finally gets the balls put together in his pyramid. So then he moves on to the bugs, starts eating them. He finishes the bugs. So he is finally able to catch up to Natalie, who is still doing everything she can to figure out what these six letters are. Um, we see Luke struggling as well. He puts together INSAEN. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you were so close. Um, but even they won't know if they're correct until they put the word into the cryptex. It's like a little puzzle thing. You have to have the correct thing in there, and then you can open it if it's correct. But he starts trying different words. He's just, I guess he's assuming that it's a word he won't know. So he puts in a few different things. And Natalie starts putting in different things. Finally, we have somebody get the correct word.
Luke.
It's Luke.
I knew it.
Natalie is still struggling. I don't know how long she spent trying to come up with this word insane, but it's driving me insane because I need Natalie to win this. um, but Luke gets his cryptex open, and he's able to start going for the treasure chest in the middle. So he unlocks his box of keys, picks out some keys. He's running back and forth on the beds. Natalie's trying to look at his puzzle to try to see, like, he's all the way across the room and he's already re-scrambled his puzzle. So that's not helping her. I'm like, Natalie, just focus on what you're doing. He's running back and forth. One key doesn't work, another key doesn't work. Natalie gets to where Luke had INSAEN. She's so close. Luke's running back and forth. Luke unlocks the box in the middle. Luke wins the $100,000. Natalie never got her word. She's like, what was the word? Insane. And you can tell she is so upset with herself. And
She
I'm upset
should
with you
be.
too, Natalie.
You
We
should
needed you
be.
to win this. We needed you to defeat this villain. And she did not. He was a gracious winner. Like you could tell like he felt bad for Natalie. But not the way I wanted the season to end, especially just like it couldn't have been that hard. Like, look how quickly Lana got it. And I swear she had to have been working on it for at least 25, 30 minutes.
Man, I am a college educated woman. So
Very true.
that's like saying, look how you did. Of course I did. What I shouldn't have. But
Yeah,
no,
I didn't mean that in a negative way. I
no,
just
you're
meant you
good.
got it
I'm just,
quickly.
yeah, like you should have got it, Natalie. You should have got it.
Right.
I got it really, really quickly.
Mm, exactly. Yeah. It was kind of like a wah wah ending to the
Right.
season. But I will say, as unlikable as Luke was, he did get a little more likable and he did really well this season. So I can't take that away from him.
Yeah. You know, good for you, Luke.
You're probably really glad you didn't watch now.
I mean, the one episode that I did watch, I'm like, it wasn't my thing. I feel like you, David. It's not your thing, and it's like, okay, it's cool, but sure, good on you, I guess. But okay, bedrock, good on you. Now let's talk about the Amazing Race Canada, because yeah, we had some things that go down in Canada this week that I was like, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this, but um we but I thought it was so interesting and cool how they did this round. This whole leg was
Oh, yeah.
interesting how they did this leg. Um so first they they had what was the first one? Hmm,
Yeah. They had it to go, they had to head to the Falkland Stampede
right.
grounds.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah.
The Stampede grounds. And so everybody had to get get run after the bulls or whatever and take off the colored ribbons that was attached to them. And look, I know I've seen stampedes before. I've seen cow and rustling up the cows and getting together and herding them. That's not easy. Those
No.
cows do not like people, running at them and getting them all worked up. But it was interesting. It was interesting to say to get them in the what's that? Let me pull up this thing.
Plus, they told them, yeah, they told them at the very beginning that there would be a double pass this episode. So immediately, huge target on Tina and Liz.
I mean, huge. Everybody was like Tina and Liz. I ain't never heard everybody want to get after one person. Like every
Mhm.
team was like Tina and Liz, Tina and Liz. I was like, get off my girls. Like,
Right.
leave my girls alone. Something. But they were very much so. We see everybody go into the stampede. They grab their ribbons. This part, though, I think like my girls Keisha and Nova would last at the stampede because uh what's her name? What's the mother and daughter?
Oh, Dana and Cordelia.
Yeah, they got the assist, the Ginger Den assist at the Roblox. They not the Roblox detour. They only had to get one ribbon from the stampede. So
Yeah, I was confused by that. Like, why?
they got the
What's the
assist.
assist?
The
I don't
assist
know.
pack. Yeah, we don't do it here in the U.S., but they apparently do it in Canada where they give you get a advantage in the challenge. Like if everybody has to do two, you only have to do one, so it's less time for you. So they got that assist, and they were able to get one. So they got it and passed everybody, and Nova and they were last, but it really didn't matter because they were getting on a train to go to Jasper,
Yep.
and this train, everybody was on it. So
I want to go. Like, it looks beautiful. I want to
I
go on that train too.
I have wanted to do a train ride, period, but I've heard the Canadian train rides are so much better because it's going in the mountains. I would love, 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 love to do one of those train rides. I want to do it across the country. I want to go up the west coast, up the east coast. I would do it. I would do it.
Mhm.
I'm such a train nerd. I love the train. But yeah, so they all are on this train and everybody's still talking about Tina and Liz. We gotta get Tina and Liz. It's imperative if we get to this double turn. this double pass or whatever, 2-time pass or whatever. We going after Tina and Liz. And Tina and Liz is like off on their own world, doing their own thing, hanging out at the balcony outside and reading their books. They ain't paying no attention to no. They ain't there. Because Tina and Liz like, I like everybody. Everybody's cool. And everybody's like, get them right now. It's like weird. But then something very interesting happens on this train. And this is what I was like, oh, this is diabolical. The US Amazing Race would never, could never, it would never go down this way. And it was so cool. They had a clue. Just rise up on the train and just sit up there, just sit there. They don't make no announcement, they don't make no big deal about it. Just think, rise up. And Sebastian walks right past it, don't see it. And he walks past it again, never sees it. And I'm like, okay. And then Dana and Cordelia, Dana walks that way,
Cordelia
or Cordelia walks that way, and she was like, what is this?
did.
She was like, hold on. So, okay.
She was
She
subtle
was, like,
too.
she was so subtle. She put it in her pants and was like, come with me, come with me, come with me. Come with me. And so they go and they read it, and it's the roadblock that they have to do on this train. And so Dana's like, okay, I'll do this roadblock. And so she goes down, and you have to memorize certain words on the menu when you're explaining the food. And this all has to be done before they get to Jasper and the dinner is over. So I think they were 2 hours away from Jasper at that time. And so they had 2 hours to get this done. And if you didn't, you just didn't. And so Dana was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But she's like, oh no, I don't have my memory is it's crap. And but nobody realizes what's happening. And then so Sebastian goes and is like, oh, wait a minute. So he goes, and then Philippe goes, and then Eamon goes, and then Mateo and Charles, and then Nova and them, and Tina and Liz just sitting there.
Where is everybody?
They're like, anyway, let's book. Mm-hmm. They just read away, not seeing anything. And everybody is down there doing this roadblock. And then finally, they're like, where's everybody? Everybody gone? Oh, something's going on. Something's going on. So they get up and they finally see the box. So now they're last. But it really doesn't matter because everybody does this challenge. Everybody completes the challenge eventually. It takes some people some time. I would have been finished with this challenge because I've been a server half my life. And if you can't remember the words that they were talking about, they had to remember to describe the menu items. That's crazy. I would have remembered that. Like, I would have had no problem with this one.
We got to talk about the craziest thing to me. I don't know if you thought it was as crazy as I did, but Felipe's working on this, and pretty immediately he's like, "Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this. I think we should use our express pass." And I'm like, "Why in the world would you use your express pass on something that everybody's going to be equalized on
Right.
anyway? Like, at least try. At least try until the very last second, because nobody's getting, like, you're all on that train stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no harm in just trying, because you're all leaving the train at the
At the
same time.
same time.
Sure, they get to leave in the order they complete. Who cares? That's
Who cares?
you got a 2-second advantage in front of me. I thought that was a crazy decision on their part too.
It was crazy. And he talked about I just woke up. I won't remember anything. Boy, you better get some water and slap some water on your face and wake the freak up. It's like, okay. Get your head in the game. You had time. You had time to at least try it. I think that was just laziness on his part. He did not want to try it. He did not want to remember. I don't know if your memory is that bad, but I would have never given up my express pass right there.
Yeah, and I
Never.
think that's the bad thing about everybody getting an express pass this season is I feel like they don't value it as much as they
Right.
should.
Exactly. Because mm-mm. I'm trying to think of, so right now, Tina and Liz still have their express pass. Sasha and Sebastian.
Hmm. Is that it?
Is that it?
Or does no? Yeah, Michelle Mateo.
Did
Yeah,
Philippe
I think
and
that's it. I
Kari
think
are
we're
getting?
only down to
Yeah, I think we're down to two people who have not
that's
used the
crazy.
express pass. This is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I would have never used it because we still gonna be on this boat, on this train together, and we still gonna get off at the same time. It doesn't really matter to use it right now.
Mhm.
But he used it and he was like, I don't wanna, I don't wanna go whatever. But we see everybody get there, eventually get it and get the next clue or whatever. Um, and Dana's struggling. She's
I felt so bad
struggling.
for
I feel so bad because she was
her. I like
struggling.
them.
I do too. I do too. I think she just was struggling, and I'm like, she already don't have a voice, so now she whispering to these people, "What can I get you?" Okay, okay. I'm like, oh, poor thing ain't got no voice, and now she has to use her little voice that she got to constantly get more and more, back and forth. Just the aioli and the gnocchi and the air fried beef and like
Air dried beef.
oh, it's not air fried, my
Air
bad.
dried.
Oh my god. Oh, it's so funny. I have never laughed at a roadblock like this in all of my days on watching Amazing Race. It was so funny to me. Everybody was, well, the ones that they showed us was just like making silly mistake. Air fried beef. And like, no, we don't air fry anything. Oh yeah, my bad. Air dried. I was like,
Dana was like, "You're probably hungry, aren't you?" To her.
like you done brought this plate to them 18 times and they ain't been able to eat it. Oh my God. It was so funny. And then even at the end of it, she still didn't get it. They just said,
I
dinner's
know.
over. Here go your clue. Go.
Yeah, the crazy thing was like that's it.
That's
Like it was
it.
naive of me, but I was like, oh, well, like what even was the big deal? Okay, sure, they have to leave the train last. Who cares? Like all that stress for nothing. And then that even like made me even more like, why'd you waste your express pass, Felipe and Clara?
It's so crazy because I still think they okay, but anyway, I wouldn't have never wasted it. Even if I didn't get it, we wouldn't have wasted it. We just did whatever. But everybody's off and running to the next part of this challenge, which is either they get to build a box or they get to plant some trees. Because
Yeah,
Jasper, of
Twitter
course,
plant.
pot or plant, because Jasper is a place that had a wildfire in 2004, well, 2024 rather, and they lost a lot of their plants and wildlife and a lot of homes and things, and so they were building planters for for the homes or more trees for the to build for the trees. It was nice. It was a lovely idea for them to help the city of Jasper. And so, but it was only five planters, and then there are five tree setups. So you had to get there first, or you just had to go do the other one. And everybody wanted to do the box. Everybody wanted to build a box. Everybody wanted to build a box. I was like, "Hell, y'all ain't want to plant no trees? No. Well, you got it now because five teams already uh built were building it. Mateo and Michelle, um, Satch and Sebastian, Felipe and Clara. I think Eamon and Beck. I can't remember the last team who got it. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
This was kind of like the least exciting moment of
It was
the
so
episode.
excited. At least, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was not impressed.
No, it was a good episode overall, but this could have been like fast forward.
Absolutely. But then this, this is this is where it got interesting because they had to go to this place called Pine
It was Old Fort Point.
Oak Fort Point,
Mhm.
and they got there, and apparently it didn't open till 9:30 the next morning. And so Nova and Keisha were getting there, and then Shayla and China, I don't remember how to say her name.
China. Yeah.
China, they were there, and they were like, the girls had asked, "Oh, like,
Mhm.
did y'all find the clue?" And they said nothing.
Yeah.
China and them, they didn't say nothing. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah. It
this is the
would have cost them
second."
nothing.
They gave them. This is the second time that they have asked them something, and the girls said nothing. So then they found out, like, oh, it doesn't open till 9:30. We just ran all around for nothing. So, oh, okay, they knew. Okay, cool. So they
That was
kind
actually before the box it implanted part. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm.
So that was the next day. But yeah, that was an interesting moment. Like the- Nova and Keisha was like, I don't know why they won't, they won't even talk to us or nothing. It was just like nothing. You're not giving them nothing. So when they do finish all the tasks and they get ready to go to the point, that is where the double pass is it. And
Mhm.
everybody else goes, like, they go, they don't want to use it on anybody. Tina and Liz, even though everybody kept talking about the whole episode using it on Tina and Liz, we go get Tina and Liz. They didn't use it on Tina and Liz because it really wouldn't make sense because the person right behind them was literally right behind them. So it
Yeah,
wouldn't.
they were the second team there, so they would have seen.
It was like, no, no
Mhm.
thanks. So
Yep.
they didn't use it. Nobody used it.
Right. Well, actually, that's not true. We did see. So, we saw Keisha and Nova
I was about to say
and
nobody used it
Ch-
up until that point.
oh, sorry, I
But go ahead.
misunderstood. Yeah, this is where Keisha and Nova decide to use their express pass in the Planted, and they know for a fact that there are two teams behind them, and they know that they've had their tension with Shayla and China, so they want to get there and they want to use their express or their the pass on or the double pass on them. So I was here for it.
I
I was
was
like, it
too.
makes sense.
Period. I was 100% here for it. And when uh, the two girls get to the point and they see their name, why would they use this? What? That was so stupid. That's so dumb. They were so mad, and I was like, "What you mad for? It's a
Mhm.
game."
But they
And
also knew it was probably because they didn't help them. So
it
yeah.
was so so you know what it is. Like, once you mad and you don't act like I don't know why they would do that to us. Yeah, you do. Because you literally ignored them twice in the challenge. Like, you could have been easily said, no, thank you, I don't want to help. Okay, cool. Or you could have been like, oh, I don't, the sign is right there. What's the point of not telling somebody the sign is right there when it doesn't open to the next day? What's the point? What's the harm in telling? So your ugly spirits caused you to get double passed. Okay, that's just what it is, and I'm here for it. Honestly, I was here
Mhm.
for it. I was like, yep, I am Team Keisha and Nova at this point. Like, and it really helped them get into a better position in this game. So I think it was worth it. It was worth it, but it wasn't worth it because of whatever happened. Because at the end of the day, our first place winners were who was it? Was it
Sasha and
Sebastian?
Sebastian.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they came in first. And they get an Expedia point with to go to Malta. Good on them. Yeah,
They
good
did.
on.
Yeah, they did.
Then take
They
and to
barely beat
Gay.
Eamon and Beck. They were there like on the mat as they were being told what the prize was.
I would be so mad if I was aiming back. Like, yeah, I'm happy for you. You get 10K
Well, they
and a
just
trip.
got their prize.
I want another prize. I'm selfish and greedy. But yeah, they get there first, even in bed. Everybody else comes in.
Tina and Liz. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Everything.
Felipe, Clara. Keisha and Nova got their highest placement, their fifth. Yep. Meanwhile, we finally see Dana and Cordelia show up. So Chayla and Cheyenne are able to start doing their final task here.
Yeah, and so they go. It is still rock climbing down the wall to get their clue. Come back up. Head to the pit stop.
Cordelia was flying down that wall.
Cordelia was eating it up. I loved it. And I loved it that she was like, I'm so afraid of heights, but I'm going to do this anyway. And she did it. And it was good. It was good, 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 good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Michelle and Mateo are team 6. Then Emin and Surya are team number 7. So it's just down to these last 2 teams.
And they literally get to the mat right before each other. Cordelia and Dana get there first. And then the 2C's girls get there last. I'm like, yes.
Yay.
Yeah, they're going to be eliminated. But then we forgot.
Oh,
we forgot about the train challenge.
Yeah.
And they didn't get the train challenge. And so they are going to have to take in a 90-minute time penalty. And that doesn't matter because the other team is already there. So they are eliminated, and those C girls still there.
That sounds like you mean something else.
I do. I mean exactly what you think.
What I said.
I said what I said. But I understood, but I was mad about it.
Yeah, I was mad about it too. I will say though, it does look like they're trying to redeem themselves next week by trying to work with Keisha and Nova for once. So we'll see if that actually happens. But
whatever. Let's get to Big Brother. I'll let you talk about Big Brother because honestly, I talked about it already. Oh, my recap. Unlocked, Unlocked. Go check it out on the channel.
Yeah, I will say I'm more into Big Brother after this week. I think things were definitely a bit more interesting. Devin's really shook things up with the nomination ceremony, and it didn't disappoint. When we got to watch it on Wednesday, I was living for all of the drama, all the theatrics, and it didn't feel mean-spirited either. Like, it felt like they were, especially Angela and Jason, were going hard at each other, but it never felt like below the belt. Even like he was like, you dropped your hat, pick it up. Just the whole, like, I didn't know that I needed these two characters to interact, but I did. And then they quickly kind of made up afterwards. Like, she explained the situation and she was crying, and I really think Jason felt bad. I don't think it was one of those situations where you only feel bad that you got caught. Like, I think he realizes, like, that was kind of dickish how I went about, like, laughing at the camera and playing things up. So I don't know that they can ever, like, be true allies, but maybe it's a start to something. Meanwhile, the Rome and lyric of it all, their breakup that nobody was buying. I don't think, at least. It sounds like Chuck might have believed it for a second. From what I understand, I think Chuck might have thought he had something going on with lyric. I could be wrong. And then Jason revealed, oh, they were doing things in bed. And Chuck was like, what? What? You mean she's not mine now? I don't know. I thought you had Haley. I'm confused by the dynamics between Haley, Chuck, and Camu. Like, are they love triangle or?
Camu don't want her. Camu don't want her.
I didn't think so, but
No, he wants somebody else in that house.
who does he want?
Taylor.
Oh, really?
Kamu has a little crush on Taylor.
Okay. I still
And
have not been able to catch up too much on the live feed, so
yeah,
this
I'm
news
about
is
to say
good.
live feeds tell me everything. I watched it a little bit this week, and after the HOH, we'll talk about. But yeah, yeah, he does.
Mhm. But yeah, I'm liking almost everybody a little bit more than I did last week. Um, and yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I really don't have a lot to say about the week. I was happy with how the results played out. I was glad Rome left, and I was glad that he was a good sport about it. So, and I'm really liking Unlocked. I think Unlocked is better this year. I like the dynamics there. I like that we're getting stuff that kind of matters on the Unlocked as well. Plus, I thought it was really cool that they shouted out RHAP and Rob Cesternino and Taryn. I thought that was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. I will say this that I do like Unlock too. I enjoy it. I think it could. The show only really needs to be 30 minutes though, because I think
Okay.
when it's an hour, they start putting in extra stuff that doesn't matter. And some of this, like the whole Rome segment about him and Lyric and the fan fiction story about their life with this her dad's song playing over, like I could have done with that. Like move around. We don't need that. But I do enjoy that. I'm glad that they are shouting out creators, content creators, and RSAP and Taryn and the people who put in a lot of hard work for hardly no recognition at all for this from CBS. So it's like, yeah, talk about the content creators and the people who are doing it because of their love and their passion for the show. Um, and I enjoy that. I thought this week was a perfect HOH for Devins. This is what he wanted. He made his plan. He executed his plan. He got it right out and did whatever. Um, little spoilers for the people who want live feed spoilers. We do know who the HOH is of the week. It is Kamu is our new HOH this week, and he has nominated Lyric, Lala, and Mallory.
Okay.
But
Interesting. I thought Melody would be up there.
no, it's Mallory. But they are not his targets. He wants to backdoor Jason.
Of
I mean,
course.
because Jason, of course, Jason now is a comp beast because he won one blockbuster. But okay, comp beast, combo that makes you a comp beast because you won one HOH. So okay, if that's your logic, we should go after you next. But
There's probably more to it than that, to be honest. And we know what
that's
it is.
literally what it is. But we know what it is, but okay. I will say from what I watched on feeds this weekend after the HOH and everything, I Kamal has an interesting way of talking to the people he want to nominate. Like he didn't really give Mallory that much because he's just like you going up. It is what it is. He told Lyric she's going up, but she's not the target because she's great eye candy in here for the guys. So she
What?
has nothing to worry about.
That's weird. Weird.
Ugh. I was like, ugh, ew. It kind of grossed me out. I don't know if Lyric is. No, I don't know how she feel about it, but okay. And then he tells Lala, "You don't have anything to worry about. I think people like you, but you really need to calm down on telling people how to clean up and when to clean up, and that's just irritating people. And don't do that, Mama, because you don't. I don't want people to find a reason to get rid of you. So, and don't be irritated and try. When you're trying to sleep and want to go to bed and yelling at like." Don't be telling her what to do. And then like calling her mama. Please don't do that. Don't call that woman mama. She ain't your mama. She is not your mom. Like, calm down. I just find it interesting how he talks to people. But why I said he has a little crush on Taylor is because when he wanted to call her into the HOH room, he sent Haley out. He told Haley to go get her and tell her to come up. And so he's watching on the TV for her to come up. And then he's like straightening himself up, and then he goes into the bathroom, sprays on cologne, and then comes out. I'm like, okay. It's when you have a crush, and you're like, okay, I need to make sure I look presentable. And then she walk. He meet her at the door. He don't even let her knock on the door. He's a little eager. He likes. I think he and the reason he wouldn't put her up, like he literally had a conversation with Dee and Angela and Haley, and they were trying to get him to put her up. And she
Okay.
told and he told them, "No, I'm not gonna put her up. I'll save her for you guys because I have a good relationship with her, and I don't want to mess that up." And I'm like, actually, that's really smart because if you have a good relationship with her, and then she was HOH, it could, keep you from being safe from going on the block. So I think that was a good idea. But he was like, "I'll save her for you guys to get her out," and da da da. He didn't want to put her up. He ain't thinking about putting her up because he likes her. So he ain't even thinking about. He don't want nothing to do with Haley. Haley, you a number in the alliance, but romantic wise, no, thank you. He ain't thinking about that. But I want to talk about your rankings, though,
Okay.
David.
Okay, I do want to mention one other thing I forgot to mention about Unlocked. It was so cool to see Angina and Manila Luzon on there, plus Manila's partner Michael, whom we've
We
talked
know.
to on the podcast. So
Hmm.
that was really cool to see, and I love Manila. Anytime I get to see Manila on my TV, I'm excited.
I said the same thing on Unlocked Unlocked. I did.
Yes. But these rankings. So my love category, I'm really, really liking Drew. He's moved up to my favorite. I think especially because he almost feels like an underdog within his own
Hmm.
alliance at this point. I'm going to be really annoyed if these vets take him out prematurely just based on their own paranoia. I don't
Hmm.
think he's looking forward to like turning on them anytime soon. Angela, she went down just one spot just because she's kind of coming for Drew now. Um, but I'm loving Devon's. D has moved up to my love category. Of course, it's the three CBS vets that are in my love category now. I'm still really liking Barrett. Lala's a lot of fun. Taylor, she's moved up as well. I'm really liking her. Melody still is one of my favorites from that side. I think she is the smartest person from the other side. I just think everybody knows that, and that's the
Hmm.
problem. So
Hmm.
she's kind of lucky she didn't get voted out. I think, honestly, I think it would have been smarter
It would have
to
been
take her
smarter.
out than Rome last time.
Agreed.
Fine, yeah. The fine category is still Mallory. I think. Well, she was kind of meh for me before. She's moved up. Yash, I feel like I don't know much about Yash. He's kind of the person that's faded the most for me.
Hmm.
Um, Haley. I forgot her name. I'm. I, look. At least I didn't call anybody Tiffany this week. So, Jason's actually moved up to the fine just because I think he's trying to have fun with the
Hmm.
drama he's bringing, and so that's made me feel a little bit better about it. Chuck, meh, like still not giving me much. Lyric, I don't know. Maybe I'll like her more now that she's away from Rome. I'm rooting for them as a couple. Like I actually great. I hope it works out for them. But it was just not fun to watch. Rome, same situation. Glad he's gone. And then Camus, like it's just it's hard to escape the stuff that we know about him as a person. I wish I could erase that and just view him as a player in the game. But when his moves, like him even going for Jason right now, is just kind of confirming everything we knew about him. So he's my least favorite, but he's not so hateable like I expected him to be. That's
Hmm.
why nobody's in the GTFO category.
Right. I agree with you about the GTFO category. I don't have anybody in that category yet. Um, but I do have them three main suspects: Meh, Chuck, Kamu, Haley. Eh, I don't know. My fine category is Yash because I don't know much about him. Mallory, Lyric, she aight. And then Jason, he has the potential to move up onto the light category, but this week, just he's fine. He's fine.
Mhm.
Um, in my light category, I do have Taylor, D, um, Melody, and Angela.
We're
I
gonna
think
get Angela to love. We're gonna get it.
I
It's
don't
gonna
know because
happen.
it's. I was wavering because I do think she could be, but I think with her paranoia strikes coming up, and it's like every time I'm ready to move her up, she does something and make me go wait. So I don't know, and really honestly, I have taken myself away from what personal feelings or outside feelings that I have about Angela because I do think she's a lovely woman. When I met her, she's a lovely woman. She's great, and I'm like working on my triggers that she doesn't trigger me this season, which is fine. I'm not triggered by her and what she does, but she has. It's something about her paranoia moments that make me go, "Oh, okay." Wait, she's still okay. And D is doing that too for me because I really want to put D in my love category because I really, really, really love D. But it's something about that paranoia is just really taking me out. In my love category is Lala. Love her. Love her, love her, love her. I think Devin's had a very successful HOH, so he is in my love category. Like if you go execute your plan and get it to go with has it how it goes, I love that. Drew is still in my love. I'm nervous, but I'm thinking people are cluing into him, and I don't know if he is handling it the best way, but still, still good. And Barrett is never going to leave my love category because I love him
Mhm.
so much and I know him and I am excited. But he's doing really good in this game too, so I really enjoy Barrett for that fact.
Sure.
Uh, yeah, I think we should. Do we have some news? I think we have some news. Then we should get into it because yeah, I have some news. It's been announced that Survivor host Jeff Probst has been selected to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame next year, joining other 2027 inductees such as Sia, Kiki Palmer, Idris Elba, and Raven Simone. And I'm like, period. It's
Long overdue for a lot of those
a
people, I think.
lot of people, but this is a good group so far. I love Raven, Idris, and Kiki. You know,
Mhm.
give some respect. We out here doing black excellence up in here, and been doing
Yeah,
it
there's
for
a
a
few other
minute.
names too.
And
Mhm.
Sia and Jeff, I love that though.
Yeah, there's some others that we didn't include there, but like it's a long list. Go Google it if you're curious about who else is on there. Um, but some interesting movie news. It has been revealed by James Gunn that Rick Devens was supposed to have a cameo in his upcoming Superman film called Man of Tomorrow, but he had to cancel due to other commitments. James Gunn actually posted about this on Instagram because people are like, "Did Devens really know you?" After he shouted him out, and he's like, "Yeah, he was supposed to have this cameo, but he backed out. He couldn't tell me why. He said you'll find out soon enough." And the reason, obviously, is that he's on Big Brother. And we saw James Gunn on Big Brother Unlocked last year, so we know he's a fan. So it's pretty cool that he's trying to get Devens, and he's a big reality fan, I guess. So that's pretty cool to see.
That's
I love
awesome.
James Gunn.
Look, you can wait and hold his part out for later, right, James Gunn? Let him get it. Wait till you come
Exactly.
out to Big Brother house. Come
I bet he
on.
was going to be a news anchor.
I can imagine. I can imagine one of Clark Clint's friends at the news headquarters or
Yes.
whatever. Oh, that would be
Mhm.
great. But anyway, it's time for some drag news. We're here talking all things drag and solo las más Draga.
Yes. So we start off the episode. We had seen Kylie's got 2 gold stars on the previous episode. She comes in and she says one of these stars is going to Peke. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if that was like a part of the twist is she had to give away a gold star. I thought she just got 2 gold stars. So that was a little confusing. Um, and then she immediately regretted giving it to Peke. So I'm not sure why she did or not. And they're like, okay, don't you have another star to put up there? Because she got that black star for her photo shoot. And she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And she just kind of refuses to put up the black star that she got for the previous episode. Um, and then we see people start to use those rainbow stars. We know that the rainbow stars, they can steal somebody else's stars. So Lupita decides she's going to use her rainbow star and steal the gold star that Mr. Boo got in the first episode. Poor Mr. Boo. That's the only episode that she did well. And it's all been black stars since. And now she doesn't even have that gold star to show for it. Rahina also decides to use her gold or her rainbow star, and she steals the gold star that Kylie's just gave to Peke. So no longer does Peke have that gold star; it is now Rahina's gold star. Deseos has a rainbow star. She says she's going to wait. She doesn't want to steal anything yet. Everybody's like, you don't have much time before like it becomes a punishment if you still have a rainbow star in your pocket. So you have to use it soon. She wants to wait till later on in the episode, see where things go. Um, so we see Rebel come out. Wait a second, that's not Rebel. That's actually Seifer dressed up as Rebel. Um, and she comes out to host the mini challenge, but Rebel comes in right behind her, and Rebel comes out with a black star in hand and gives it to Kylie's. Here's that black star that you forgot to hang up. So they were not going to let it slide. So Kylie's did end up have to put up her black star. We find out that the challenge this week is going to be La Más Picada or pecked paper. You remember that one from season 6. So I was excited. That was a good challenge in season 6. Um, but the mini challenge this week. So it was kind of a weird one that each queen was going to get in this tank. And basically, Rebel and Seifer were going to take turns throwing balls and dunking the queens. Um, and each queen, as they get dunked, they would have to pick a number from the bottom of the tank. And Kylie's got to pick the order. She made a big mistake because all of these queens are in quick drag. They have all their makeup on. They're all going in this water. Kylie's should have put herself first because they're all getting dunked no matter what. But Kylie's put herself last. So that meant that she was going to have to get dunked after every other person has been dunked in there, gotten the thing all muddy. Some people are spitting up in the water. All this makeup has been milked into this murky water. But they're each picking up their numbers. We're not really sure what those mean at the time. But once all of the queens have been dunked, we find out that there is a prize board with numbers on it, and it corresponds with each number that each person has picked up. So the person who picks 1, they get prize number 1. But there's some interesting prizes here. Like some of them are like extra gold stars, extra rainbow star. It was pretty interesting how it worked out. But I think the one that stood out the most was Mr. Boo gets a steal a rainbow star advantage. So Deseos is immediately regretting not using her rainbow star because now she has a rainbow star that her enemy, Mr. Boo, can steal from her. And so that wasn't the best choice. Should have used it when you had the opportunity. Later on in the workroom, when they're getting ready, Deseos, she claims that her reason she didn't use her rainbow star to steal from anybody is that she just doesn't feel that it's right to take a star that she didn't earn. She's playing like the magnanimous, like better than thou type of role, and everybody else isn't buying it. They're all like, yeah, I absolutely. If I had a rainbow star, I would steal a star because that's how the game is played. Um, but yeah, a lot of people think she's playing the victim here. Um, everybody is scared of Raga because she got a prize that makes her vote count 3 times tonight. So she's gonna have a lot of power. I think like all she needs is like if one or two other people are voting a certain way, her vote holds a lot of power. Um, so then the conversation turns into like a sappy conversation. Everybody's talking about why they're so happy they returned for this season. So nothing else too eventful. Then we get to the actual challenge. It's La Más Picada. Um, so I won't give my full rankings. I will say my lowest person was Kylie's. I was really disappointed with her look. She came out in this kind of gray look. I didn't see pecked paper at all. She kind of revealed into the strappy look with like a bad nude illusion, but I just didn't feel like this fit the category at all. And it just seemed like I don't know, like she took a lot of steps backwards because she's had pretty good momentum up until this week. But I will talk about my top three. So Juana comes out, another great look for her. She looked like a stained glass window to me immediately. Um, I wasn't crazy about the leggings she had, but everything else looked really cool. Like it was warm colors in the back, like when she faced away. Even her wig was like orange in the back, but in the front it was all cool colors, all blues and greens. So I thought it was a really good look for her. Um, then we my second was Peke. She came out in this like very big blue look with like orange touches on it. I thought it was really good, like great complementary colors there. Very grand, strong look for Peke. One of my favorites that she's had this season. But my number one overall was Hidden Mistake. I thought she looked very cool. It was kind of like purples and golds and whites, and I'm like, this has to be some sort of flag. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it is the non-binary flag colors. Um, so she even comes out at one point with like this big paper hammer. I thought it was another great week for Hidden Mistake. She's been doing so well. I'll shout out Deseus. I do think this was one of her stronger weeks. She was number 4 for me overall. But then we get to the critiques. So one of the critiques drove me crazy right away. And it was Lolita talking to Juana. And she said, Juana, I like this, but I just don't think the audience is going to get that this is a stained glass look from you. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that's the first thing I wrote down. Like, it's obviously stained glass. So, once again, Lolita getting on my nerves here. Um, we did get our results. And the La Mas Picada this week was Raga. Raga was not one of my favorites. She was kind of in the middle for me. So I was a little surprised. She did have good theatrics and performance, but I thought the actual look itself was a little matronly. But I was surprised she won. Hidden Mistake got second place, so she gets a pink star. Um, and then we get the votes, everybody votes. I had a feeling Hidden Mistake would get the votes just because she's really solidifying herself as a threat. We saw at least one or two people voted for her, and it looked like Raga was going to vote for her. We didn't get to see who Raga voted for, but it looked like her hand was headed right towards Hidden Mistake. But then we find out that the votes have come in, and the person who was voted to go to the lip sync this week is Kylie's. I didn't expect it, but I think it's fair. She did have the worst look for me. Um, and she's going to have to lip sync against Miss Taboo as of now because Miss Taboo was in the bottom a couple weeks ago and lost the lip sync, so she's due. But first, Miss Taboo does have that steal a rainbow star, so she decides on the stage that she is going to steal Deseus's rainbow star. Rahina also had one. I think it was Rahina. Or no, it was Kylie's. Yeah, it was Kylie's that had one that she won in the prize from the mini challenge. But she chose DeSeos, and then they asked her, okay, you have to replace yourself in the lip sync with somebody else. So she's looking around. Everybody's getting suspicious. Like, oh, is it going to be me? Is it going to be me? But she did a double whammy on DeSeos and puts DeSeos in the lip sync. But now Kylie's has the opportunity to use her rainbow star to trade places with somebody else. And Kylie asks, okay, what if I don't use it? What happens? She's informed that if she loses this lip sync, she will get 5 black stars. So, no brainer, just use it, don't risk it. She decides not to use her rainbow star. She's going to lip sync against DeSeos for no reason. Like, literally nothing to gain from not using this. But okay. So we get our lip sync, and it's going to be Kylie's and DeSeos. So they come out, they go off, they come back changed into the exact same outfits, which I thought was kind of wild. But it seems like they've kind of planned what to do with this lip sync, and we quickly see that. Both of them are actually doing really well in this lip sync. They have kind of similar choreography that they've worked out. So I thought it was cool. They put on a show, and I appreciate that. I would like this more often if people have to lip sync against each other. If they plan, like, let's put on a show together. Let's both come out strong. I will say, like, it's hard to compete with Kylie's. Kylie's is a great dancer. DeSeos held her own, but for me, Kylie's was solidly coming up as the winner. And sure enough, we got our results, and DeSeos gets another black star. She lost the lip sync. So the risk paid off, even though she didn't gain anything from it. Kylie's is the lip sync winner. So that's how the episode ended. I am confused by how many episodes are left. This was episode 6. There's only one more column on the board for stars after they put up their stars from this episode. There will only be one more column. So that almost has me think that the next episode would be the last regular episode. But we do know when the finale is filming, and that's in mid-August. So if they continue to do one episode a week, that should be 10 more episodes. But this almost feels like it's going to have 7 episodes and then a hiatus, and then have the finale as an 8th episode, or do a reunion that's an 8th episode, make the finale 9 episodes. So I'm really not sure how many episodes are left. I guess we're going to wing it. Maybe some weeks I won't talk about Solo Las Más. Some weeks I will, but should be interesting.
We shall see. We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to Drag Race France.
Yes, Drag Race France. So okay, you all may judge me. I'm going to be totally honest with you all. I like when I can watch these international drag shows and actually pay attention to what's going on and not have to constantly be reading. So I do watch the AI dubbed version that they put on Wow Presents Plus. Imagine my surprise this week when, as soon as they start the intro, I hear Nikki Doll's voiceover. And when I tell you she is an Italian gangster from Brooklyn, New York, with her accent, I was like, that's a weird choice. And then imagine my shock when I realize every single person this episode has the same Italian gangster from New York accent. It was so bizarre watching this episode when everybody's like, yeah, and I don't know. Oh, yeah, when I'm wearing this. And then, yeah, like, I'm like, why are they all talking like this? What is this choice?
Oh my
Did they
God.
not watch what AI did to them? Lana, I'm telling you, you have to give it a shot. Watch like 5 minutes of this, and you will be like, what is going on here? It's so bizarre. The most bizarre thing I've ever watched on Wild Presents Plus.
Oh my God.
But the actual episode, so we did find out that Malouit gave her golden baguette to Holly White. So this is the second week in a row that the person that left gave the baguette to the person that beat them in the lip sync. So I respect that. They did have a reading challenge. It was a pretty good reading challenge. Nobody blew me away. But Holly White, she came back and she won the reading challenge. So I'm sure that's got to feel good going from almost leaving to winning a mini challenge. And we find out that this week's maxi challenge is going to be Drag Vinci Code, the Rusical. And Holly gets to assign all of the different parts. So should be interesting. We know that France always has really good musicals, so we shall see how that will go. So we do see that La Harpy and Daisy both want the same role in the musical. That always happens. Somebody has to want the same role somebody else wants, but it's basically the lead role. But we do see that after Lana was like, "Hey, La Harpy, I want you to be cop number two with me. I'll be cop number one. You be cop number two." La Harpy's like, "Okay, I'll let Daisy have that role." So she caves. I think this was a mistake because we just saw she was in the bottom two, the first two episodes, and now you want to be cop number two?
Right.
No, I don't think so. So I was very worried for her that she gave in so easily. But then we see the next day, pretty much immediately, La Harpy goes to Daisy, and she's like, "Hey, I really don't feel good about the role that I have. I really think I need to do something to make a better impression." And Daisy quickly is like, "Okay, I'll let you have it. We can switch roles. I'll be cop number two." So I think she might have dodged a bullet there. We'll see. But then we see basically everybody's kind of talking about like body struggles and issues that they've had in the workroom. Azamelia talks about having psoriasis years ago and how she just had such a knock on her confidence because it was everywhere. She said it was even on her genitals, like it was everywhere. And people would always make fun of her and joke about her. So it just took a big knock on her confidence. Margaret talks about struggling with anorexia in the past. Daisy talks about always feeling either too fat or too skinny, like never feeling good about how her body looks. So it was kind of tough seeing all these people struggle with their images, but relatable. I've been there. I'm sure most of us have. Um, but let's go ahead and talk about this musical. So I have my rankings of how I thought everybody did. Um, so I will say my least favorite this episode. Everybody was good. It was kind of splitting hairs for this musical. My least favorite, I was surprised, was Sublime. I didn't think she was standing out too much. She was on stage a lot, but she just kind of faded a lot. Even in her own solo part, like she kept looking at the floor. I don't know if she wasn't confident in her blocking, but I just was not crazy about Sublime. For me, number seven was Lana. I thought she was pretty good. She had a good character. She was definitely over the top in her actions, maybe sometimes a little too over the top. My biggest critique, which the judges also critiqued her for later on, is she comes out with these sunglasses on and they're just blocking her face and blocking the emotion. And it took way too long for her to lose those sunglasses. And it was just inhibiting my enjoyment of her performance. For me, number six, and this is a really strong number six because I like this person, was Azamelia. So we saw her as a security guard, but a lot of the time she was just sitting there, kind of making facial reactions, but not standing out. It really wasn't until her solo where it was like a ballad, and she was great in that part. But I guess I just wanted her to make an impact throughout and not just in her solo spot. For me, number five, for another strong number five, was Holly White. She came in strong, big facial expressions and movements, lots of hair flips. I was getting all the energy I wanted from Holly White. For me, number four was La Harpy. I thought she, being the main character, she kind of had the straight man role. Like it was like with that kind of role, you're just kind of keeping the story going. You don't get to have the fun, like side things that a lot of other characters get to have. But she was very solid in what she did. Great energy, very animated. I think it was a great choice for her to take on this role. For me, number three, and I can't even believe this is number three because she was so good, was Daisy Super Bitch. She was cop number two with Lana, but she by far was standing out over Lana for me. So good at demanding attention, but not in an obnoxious way at all. I just thought she was very funny. Um, Speaking of very funny, Margaret, I thought she was great as well. She wasn't on stage as much as a lot of the other people, but she was still so animated, and she's just got a face that really lends itself to comedy. And I know that sounds shady, but like she just knows how to work her face in a way that like excels in comedic reactions. But for me, number one, and I was so surprised. I did not expect her to be the best. It was Fluffy. She was Mona Lisa, so a lot of the time she was just sitting there as a painting, but she still was so reactive, so expressive, moving her face a lot, twiddling her fingers, making sure people were watching her, even when she was just a painting. She was unbelievable in this role. I was, yeah, just kind of blown away by Fluffy. Um, and then we had museum night as the theme for the runway, so we had different kind of art looks for everybody. My top three looks were Azamelier. She was number three for me. She was kind of this Jean Paul Gaultier painting, very high fashion. Love the daisies, nice shape. She had kind of a boat wig that was really cool, like a cool structured wig. For me, number two was La Harpy. She was doing this Andy Warhol kind of Marilyn Monroe type of thing, but with her face all over it. She painted her skin pink, and it looked great. I love this look for her. Number one for me, and I think for everybody else, was Fluffy. She was kind of shocking. She comes out, and it could almost be overwhelming, like all these different patterns going on at once, but everybody was blown away, especially when she has this kind of bone face and she opens it up and reveals her face in it. Just it was kind of breathtaking. Yeah, it's very rare that I see judges react to a runway look like I did with this one. So it was a great night for her, both on the runway and in the performance. Everybody was very strong. I thought maybe Margaret was my least favorite on the runway, but yeah, I think it was more I just didn't like the wet wig she had going on.
Hmm.
But yeah, everybody else was good. I was shocked by who was called safe first. It was Sublime and Azamelier. They were both in my bottom three. So I was a little confused by that. It almost felt like they want to protect them because they're kind of too early front runners.
Hmm.
And with the Golden Baguette, there's a lot of unpredictability. But when they were getting the critiques, it got very emotional when they got to Fluffy. It's hard to remember a time I've seen so much praise just lavished on a contestant, but they just loved everything Fluffy did, and she was getting emotional, like taking it all in because we saw it in episode one. She struggles with really believing in herself. So
Hmm.
it was very rewarding getting to see all of that. Um, and sure enough, Fluffy does win the challenge this week. I would have been kind of surprised if anybody else did. Um, and so we see, but with the top two or the top three, it was Fluffy, um, Daisy, and La Harpy. Three great performances. I was surprised by the bottom. Lana, I understood. Holly, I didn't think she deserved to be down there. And Margaret was incredible in this musical. They had zero negative things to say about her in the musical. It was only her runway look that put her in the bottom three. Same thing with episode one. Like the only thing that they didn't like about her in episode one was what she was wearing. So it's kind of crazy that she hasn't gotten critiques based on her actual performances and challenges, but she's been in the bottom three twice.
Mhm.
But with Holly being in the bottom and having the golden baguette, it's no surprise she saves herself. So that means that we will be losing either Lana or Margaret. So they do their lip sync. Man, I wanted with every bone in my body, I wanted Margaret to slay this lip sync. She was good, but Lana was just better. And it was really frustrating for me because Margaret has quickly become one of my favorites this season. But sure enough, Lana is told, Shantae, you stay, which means Margaret is going home after doing really well in challenges, which makes me think if Margaret is given an opportunity to come back for an all star season, has a better budget, brings a better catalog of looks, I think Margaret could win a season. I think
Mhm.
she's really well rounded in everything except the money part, like not having the money to pay for the extravagant looks that we're used to on Drag Race France. So it was really a shame to see her go, and especially because Snatch Game is next week, and I think
Mhm.
Margaret would have been a strong front runner in Snatch Game. I almost used Margaret's exit line for my intro on the podcast because she stands on the back of the stage and she says, "I may not be the prettiest or the most stylish, and then she just walks off. There was no but. I love Margaret. She's great. I need to see her back at some point. I think she's so funny.
I have a feeling she'll be back. I
Mhm.
do. I have a feeling. But we go from France to Canada. And what a show. What a show. What an amazing show. Is Go check out the recap we did on the show on the Cup Network because it was really a good recap. But
And exit interview too, already out.
yeah, we got it early. Go check out that exit interview where we talked uh to the queen that's going to leave this episode. It was a great one. It was a great one. She's fabulous, delightful, as I like to say. Um, so it starts off really quick where we left off. Michaela is not. She's not happy, and she does not take accountability for anything. She didn't take accountability. I love Michaela, you my sister girl, but girl, my
Yeah.
girl,
I thought it
you
was so funny when Nira was at least trying to relate to her and be like, yeah, kind of the same thing happened to both of us.
and she said,
And
no,
no.
no, me and you are two different people, and what you did and what I did are two different things. I was like, girl, it's exactly the same thing that she did. It was so funny. It was so funny. I laughed. I was like, oh man. Michaela was like not having it. She wasn't here for it. He was like, it's not the same. We're two different people. Don't ever compare me to you. Don't do it. I was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
But she quickly realized in the next week in the workroom, she kind of retracted her. Well, she apologized to Jada. Let's say
Mhm.
that. She apologized to Jada. She said where she was coming from, a hurt place. She didn't like being in the bottom. It messed her mind. She was apologizing to Jada. She didn't apologize to Nero. She was just apologizing to Jada, like, we on that
Did
type of
you think
time.
it? Yeah. Did you think the apology was genuine?
The second one or the first one?
The second one to Jada.
Yes, I did.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
thought it was.
I
Oh,
I did too. My coworker did not. He did not believe it. So
I thought it was genuine. I thought she meant it. She had time to rest, to get process it, and sometimes we need that because sometimes you be in your feelings and you don't want to hear it at that time. And you like the first time when she was like, well, I'm sorry. No, she didn't mean that. She was just in her feelings. But then I do she means it, and I think that's why Jada was able to accept it so easily. Because if she would have felt that she didn't mean it, she wouldn't accepted it. Because we saw her like, girl, no. The first time she was like, no. that's not an apology, and I'm sure Jada would have taken it and it would have recognized if that was not genuine from her. But yeah, I think it was genuine. I do.
Hmm. I agree. Yeah, the mini challenge though was interesting. We got to see our girl Melinda back,
Love that.
seeing her on TV when I can.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was kind of funny just seeing the polygraph of it all. But I was like, how did they really just pick based on who passed the polygraph the most?
I think it was who gave the answers the best, and
The
that's
most
why,
entertaining? Okay, that makes more sense.
because Tiffany was just like, she was answering like that. Like she wasn't like stuttering. It wasn't nothing that threw her off her game. She was just like, I do. If that's what she was very much in it, and that's why she won the mini challenge. And I was like, good for you, Tiffany. Period. You won
Mhm.
something on Drag Race. I love that for you.
Yeah. Yes, so excited to see that. I love this idea of a design auction. I think it's so
Mhm.
clever. I wonder if somebody watched Survivor and saw how the
Mhm.
auctions go down on there, especially with having certain items that are covered up. Um, I think there was an opportunity where they could have like screwed with people a little bit more with some of the items, but they were pretty generous. Like I don't think anything was like a bad item other than maybe the iced coffee, which they didn't have to bid on that. Like they never said there was anything that came along with it.
Girl, that was the most expensive um iced coffee Aurora got. And I was like, girl, it's just a coffee. And she was like, it's just a coffee, nothing. All right. But I think she watched too much Survival. Or being like, it might be something in it.
Hmm.
It's just a coffee.
Maybe it made her more attentive. Like it
I
gave her the
mean,
cap.
it gave her some energy. It gave her some energy to crank out a look. So good for
Hmm.
you.
Yeah, and then Nira she bid on design assistance, which I thought was interesting. I will like say this now. So we did see, I think it was Tiffany later on, kind of shade Nira about like, oh, you had the design assistance and still wasn't that great. But that was still part of what she bid on. Like she wasn't able to spend as much money on other things like everybody else. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that she should be penalized for it. She chose to spend the money on that as an advantage. I don't think that's any different than anybody else choosing to spend more money on materials that they know that they can work with. So
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't hold
mean,
that against her.
it's not. I don't hold it against her, but the end product, she still screwed it up. But okay, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, some of the things we saw, Juice got sequin, Michaela got some tool, Jada gets some animal print, Sammy gets medals, which she didn't, I guess, anticipate what it would actually be. Tiffany got some rhinestones, Aurora got feathers, Nira got beads, Jada got some denim. So I thought it was a pretty well rounded group of items. Oh, and we saw Michaela got a time freeze,
Mm-hmm.
but it was only 10 minutes. Like, really,
Mm-hmm.
real quick.
And it
Also,
really,
I think, yeah, they made more of like a big deal of it than it really would be. Like, what does it matter when you use it? You know, if you're using it, like, I
right.
wonder how much time they had overall. I'm sure they had what, at least like 6, 8 hours, if not more. So what is 10 minutes is a drop in the bucket.
Right. And it depends on, like, I guess if I would have used it at the last 10 minutes, like, of the day, like, okay, this is when people putting on me trying to fix some stuff. It's like, yeah, 10 minutes. We ain't got it. I'm going to work for the last 10 minutes. And y'all, but even when she used it, it didn't mean anything because she used it, put her dress together, and then turned around, right around, and ripped it. So she still had to do the work over again. So I'm like,
Or Michaela.
oh, Kayla.
Uh, I think it would have been better if it was like a secret time freeze. Like they
Mm,
didn't know about it until it happened.
mm,
Because that could have actually flustered people. But I think everybody was kind of preparing for it
mm-hmm. Yeah, but
and make it more than 10 minutes.
absolutely. Nia gets us assistance from Suki, who comes in and helps her. And she needed the help because Near's about to collapse under herself. Like she was just like, oh, I don't
I felt bad
know.
for her.
And I'm glad that she got her 30 minutes. Siki was like, it's okay. 30 minutes is plenty of time. We got this.
Yep,
And she literally built the dress in 30 minutes. And I'm like,
true.
that.
But it was a lot of like, let's hot glue this, and I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing, Suki. Okay.
It's 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes. It's plenty of time to get it together, but you go have to hot glue it together. But I appreciate it. And Nira, I'm sure she appreciated it. But then she went right there and was like, I'm going to cut this dress. And she cut it, and it was so short. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, Nira should have left it alone. You should have left it alone, girl.
should have left it alone for sure. At least it didn't turn out like how she was describing it early on. I don't
Hmm.
know. It just, I don't think she ever fully got a great concept. One of
Mm-hmm.
my favorite things though was when we had Sammy come up and talk to Jada because they got their alliance thing going on. Sammy starts talking in French, and they don't even put subtitles in the thing. I'm like, what is going on? What are they talking about? And Jada's just kind of playing along with it. And Jada, like each episode, she gives me a quote that just cracks me up. But she was like, the only French I know is from The Little Mermaid, the chef. She's like,
Oh, oh, Jada. I am enjoying her this season. I am enjoying her. Truly.
but it seems like they have targets on their back now because the kitty cats are conspiring. They want to work with each other, and they kind of have Michaela as kind of their lesser person that they're working with. So they want Jada and Sammy to be in the bottom.
Yeah, I talked about this on the recap. I said it was a lot of strategizing in this episode, not enough designing. Because this is a design challenge and y'all spent y'all time strategizing and not enough designing was going on. I'm like, sometimes I got to stop talking this strategy and work on the actual task ahead of me because I ain't got time. But it was a lot. Everybody was
Yeah.
strategizing. Everybody
Who
was
needed the
talking.
10-minute freeze when they were giving it to themselves?
Hello. Because it was like, wasn't nobody talking and working at the same time. It was like, we got to do this. And da, 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 da. Okay, let's get back to work. Okay. Like, please get to work. Y'all got, you on a time crunch here, people. But, um, so I'm just going to talk about well, I guess I'll talk about the looks that I like the most because nothing else happened in the workroom. Really, nothing else happened. We did have a interesting conversation, though. I will say it was a between with Tiffany and Michaela talking about Asian representation and how she was like, I don't, I didn't see a lot of that growing up, and the ones that we did see were always submissive, always, bowing down to other people. And Tiffany, like, I'm not like that. I am not at all like that. Like, I'm not submissive at all. That's just, I'm fiery. I'm feisty. I have an attitude. I have, a lot of personality. So I want to be that for somebody else. So I love that conversation. Representation matters. So
I agree. Yeah, great conversation. Love them.
love them down. But we did get into the runway. My favorite runway look of was actually Jada Shada Hudson. I
Ooh.
really enjoyed Jada. I like what she did with the animal print and the denim. And then she made her the big hat moment. I love a hat moment. And the big purse moment. Like, I really enjoyed Jada. I really thought that she mixed and matched the patterns really well and then incorporated the denim really well. I just enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed it. But I liked Aurora Matrix as well. She was well deserved to be at the top too because that jacket was everything. It was really, really good. I think the character that she had, everything just worked on that runway. And uh, yeah, I thought it was really, really good. Those are my top two, all the way, 100%. Everybody else, mm. I thought Michaela was safe, and I would have put Sammy safe, but I didn't like it. I mean, it would be a very low safe because, like, I think the copper part of that dress was like it looked like a diaper to me. But the top part, like from the waist up, I liked, but from the waist down, did not like. Did not like because it looked like a diaper, but a copper diaper. Then that dirty diaper. It was just yeah, not good. Nira, it didn't work. It just didn't work for me. She should did something with the little panty. Like it was just not it. And Juice, I don't. Juice was okay, but it was a little sad. It was a little sad, and I get the character was sad, but it just made everything look sad. The flat wig, the just it just wasn't. It was the dress was okay, but it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't. It was okay. It was okay, but and then Tiffany, too much rhinestone in the not placed. I think she was safe, but I wouldn't have kicked her out either. She wouldn't have been in my bottom three or bottom two, but I liked it, but it could have been more. It could have been more.
Okay, interesting. So it sounds like for the most part you agreed with the judges
Hmm.
because I didn't. I didn't agree with a lot of things. Well, not a lot. There's a few people I would have switched around. For me, it could have been a top one because I think the only person that actually like really looked good was Aurora. Um, yeah, she's the only person that I would see that and would not think, oh, that's a design challenge look. Everybody else, it's pretty clear they made that themselves and is a little rough around the edges. For me, I did have a pretty solid second place though, and that was actually Michaela. I thought she created a pretty interesting silhouette. It's not what I'm used to seeing. It's almost like this asymmetrical, almost like a taco. I don't know, but it looked really cool. The only thing that really detracted for me was all this like gold stuff she put in the middle there. It just
Hmm.
looked kind of messy there. It didn't need all that. I thought the look by itself was good enough that she didn't need to embellish it like that. For me, number three was Tiffany. I like that she made a a good structured bodysuit. Fits her branding. She looked cute in that. Yeah, there was a little bit much going on with the rhinestones, but I didn't mind that as much. Like I said, nobody was great other than Aurora. Even hers wasn't great. It was very good. Um, but then Jada for me was pretty close to Tiffany. I thought it was a decent silhouette. I just thought the denim looked out of place. I don't know if she had an option to not use something that she bought, but I think I would have liked it better without the denim because I don't know about denim and animal print together. That just kind of clashed for me. Um,
That actually goes together, but okay.
does it? I thought the hat was the best part for sure, though. Um, then for me, the bottom three, I would have had Nira down there. Sure, she was going for the church war, but I think that the panty being visible was kind of unforgivable there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's I don't know. It was cute but basic, I guess. And she could have been cinched a little bit more. Um, then my bottom two, I had a pretty clear bottom two. I think Juice Box was next for me. I like the story of it. It just looked low quality. It looked really cheap. Um, Fabric just drooping on her, and that doesn't do much for me. But the person I think that dodged the bullet the most was Sammy. I did not like Sammy's at all. Very low quality to it. It did have the Sammy flair. I'll give her that much, but I thought like the skirt wasn't cohesive with it. I will be honest, and I'm not mad about this. I think production was worried about this Kitty Cats alliance,
Hmm.
and they didn't want to risk losing Sammy early on, so I think that's why she was safe. I don't think she was safe because she had a safe, worthy look. But you thought she did, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. um, yeah, I think she got lucky. I'm glad she's still there, and I'm glad that we're not going to have Kitty Cats be top four. I would have been so annoyed.
But yeah, they did the whole beaver thing. Oh, Aurora. and Aurora wins. Aurora was in the top two with Jada. They go back to Untucked. They talk about it. They are fighting for um, their life. They're fighting to try to stay. And Nira gagged them a little bit. She gagged
Mm.
him a little bit. She said, look here, I don't want you to put me in there because I can lip sync and I'm going to do well. I really don't want to be like she can do it, so I'll put her there. I don't want to fight. I don't want to have to lip sync for my life. I want to be here, and I want you to give the other two a fair chance at this game. And I wanted to give them a fair chance, and I was like,
Yeah.
she
Let
gave
these two have a fair fight.
let them have a fair fight, and one of them two. I was like, gag me a little bit too, Nira. Like she gagged, and everybody was like, oh, okay. And I think that really changed a lot of people's like they were like, yeah, we gonna not make her do it. And yeah, I was shocked. She ended up winning the Golden Beaver. She got two
Yeah, and
votes.
yeah, I had a feeling. So we saw like three different people vote, and they each voted for a different person. So Sammy was the deciding vote. I
Mm-hmm.
had a feeling just because we've been seeing this alliance forming from Sammy and Jada. I'm like, I bet they voted together, and sure enough, they
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so Nero was saved with the Golden Beaver, and we went on to talk about with the lip sync between Tiffany and Juice, and they did Conga by Gloria Estefan,
Love that
which
song.
I love the song. This was the worst song for a lip sync. Like,
Really?
oh, absolutely, because most of the song is no singing. It's instrumental. It's
Yeah.
after you do the beat, it's do 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 do.
I love that. See them dance, see them perform.
But they didn't know what to do with this song. They didn't. Neither one of them know what to do with this song because this song it's a spice and a rhythm to this song. It's a rhythm. The rhythm gotta get you. If you know what I know, you
That's
know.
a different song.
I know. If you know, you know. But the rhythm gotta get you, and the rhythm did not catch these two at all. They was just like Tiffany stuck to her pop roots, and she's trying to do pop dances, and Britney Spears to Gloria Estefan. That ain't the thing. And Juice didn't know what to do with it. It was just. I think it was
So
fine. It was just a.
it didn't make you want to get on your feet.
No, it did not. It really made me want to. It just made me want to say goodbye.
Yeah, you're like, here we are.
Here we are, face to face. I guess I just I, I love me some Gloria Estefan. I do. I think she has other songs that would have been better to lip sync to. This just wasn't it. And Juice lost his lip sync, and she has not. She has gone on every interview talking about how much she hates this song. Like she's like, oh, she cannot stand it. In the exit interview we had with her, she was like, no, I don't like this song.
It's tough. It's a tough song to lip sync to.
It is a tough song, and I think it's just like it's too. You have to know what to do with. Like nobody gave us no little samba, no salsa, nothing. Like this. Oh, you have to. But Tiffany won. Juice lost. It was sad to see Juice go. Juice is amazing. I love her. I think she's so refreshing, and she's straight to the point. She is very straight to the point type of gal, and I'm like here for it. So
Yeah, I like Juice Box too. I did think it was funny personally for me that like after the lip sync, Juice was like, we killed that, Tiffany." Because for me, I don't agree with you. I thought Tiffany was incredible. I absolutely loved Tiffany in this lip sync. I was living for it the whole time. Yeah, I was living for loving you, Tiffany. If you're watching, um, one of my favorite lip syncs of the season or of the year so far, I would say, was from Tiffany. So good for me.
this one,
Hmm.
oh, okay.
She gave me all the energy I wanted from this song, so I was
Yeah,
absolutely into it.
yeah, I
By
would do.
far, any better than any of her lip syncs she did in her first season.
Okay. Well, but that's that. That's Canada's Drag Race, and yeah. And you think we were done, but we're not because we have Down Under too versus the world. And what a great premiere because we do another design challenge.
Yes.
It's enough, but I will say this design challenge blew that Canada's design challenge out of the water by
Yeah.
far. By far, it
Not even
was
close.
not even close. It was just, ugh. I honestly just really because like the girls are great. We actually Raven is in the competition. She is actually competing.
Is she?
Everybody, I don't know. It's like because is there a something twist that's gonna happen next week that she's not there? It's still up in the air for me. But they like, is she in the competition? Yes. Is she not in the competition? And no. I still don't know. I still don't know. But she competed in this design challenge with everybody, and they played pass the box to get they fabrics.
I have trust issues because they still could rig this. They still could rig this. They could be like, okay, here's the order everybody needs to line up. They could probably have somebody like watching, like, when are we going to stop the music? Okay, our faves got the ones we want them to have. Stop. I don't know. Conspiracy theory for me, I guess. Because
But
all the faves got good material, right?
yeah, I mean, I would say, and I think so. I think the people who got the worst was Australia.
Australia, yeah.
Australia got the bad one. Miss Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia got some shag carpet. I ain't
Hmm.
like that shag carpet, but she worked it.
Yep.
And
Coco,
Coco, bad fabric, but
yeah. And those honestly are the three that I would expect to be out first.
mm,
So, am I shocked? No, I'm not shocked they got the worst materials.
wow. But
Speaking of Coco, I one of
mhm,
my favorite things was when everybody was coming in the workroom, and when we first saw Vibe come in,
mhm.
and Vibe and Coco, like I've seen them both on Drag Race, but I haven't seen them together. So I love their dynamic. They're like Steve, Peter. Like I thought they were so funny together.
It's so funny because I have seen Coco Jimbo on a live with Vibe, and I didn't know
Mhm.
who she was because I didn't watch that season,
Oh,
and so I saw that I was like, that's who be on the live with Vibe.
yep.
Period. Coco Jimbo. I like her. I think she's so fun and so refreshing and so funny. I like her. I like Australia because I didn't know her and I didn't know that. I liked them. I
It's a
liked
great cast.
them.
It's a great cast.
Great cast. Great cast of people. But the design challenge is a design challenge. Everybody's trying to figure out what they go do, and workroom stuff is workroom stuff. It's just designing and things, and I don't know. Did much happen in the workroom? Not really.
Um,
Oh,
Raven out of drag looks wild.
yeah.
Like, girl, you're gonna die of skin cancer. And I know people come for her about how she paints, but let's just be honest, she's painting her skin tone. Sure, it's not a natural skin tone. She tans a lot, but like it'd be weird if she just was like, I'm super tan out of drag. In drag, I'm gonna be a white person for once. But it's just wild to see. Also, Coco, she cracked me up the most this episode when she comes in. She's like, okay, who spray painted my outfit? The Alexi Love homage there. That was so funny.
Oh my god. I did laugh at that. She's so funny. She's so funny to me. Um, it was funny. Uh trying to
Yeah.
think.
Well, we got some serious stuff from Coco as well because she was
Oh,
talking
we have
about
about
her
those.
week. Yeah, and I mean, I did notice it, like, but I'm glad they actually had her talk about it too, because I noticed it, but I, I'm just used to people change weights all the time, like
Mm-hmm.
it's normal. But it was interesting hearing like why she gained all the weight. She was talking about losing her mother last year and how she's kind of just been eating to cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope she has not been getting any sort of like criticism from people for being a little bit bigger than she used to be. And I hope that if that's something she's struggling with, that she's learned how to cope with it a bit more. But yeah, this episode did so much for Coco, in my opinion, because she was kind of like this nothing side character in her first season to me, unfortunately. So I wasn't like moved by the fact that she was coming back, but now that I've seen her in one episode, I'm invested.
Good. I like someone said, well, you had to get the weight because you're Coco. We wanted to see Coco Jimbo, not Coco uh little or whatever they said. I thought it was funny. I was like,
Yep.
absolutely. I love that. I was like, I love how the sisters are like uplifting her and not tearing her down for, stuff in there, picking her up and making her feel better. Because it's a look, that's a way you cope, and that's a lot of people deal with it. I dealt with it. That's how I coped when it was me. So I'm like, yeah, you have to learn how to control it and calm it down. But yeah, you do gain weight, and I'm glad that she was able to speak on that, and people, because somebody probably is out there doing the same thing and needed to hear that from her. So
Mhm. Very true.
um
Should we talk about this runway?
this phenomenal runway, because honestly I don't feel like anybody but one person had a bad look, because
I wonder if we agree on the person though.
oh, I don't know. I don't know who you think I don't, but
Okay.
for me, the only person that didn't do a good job was, unfortunately, I love this girl, but Floor. That dress
Okay.
was that dress was not it. It was not it. It was not it. I don't. It was not it for me. I was like, oh, Floor, I like you, but I did not like this dress. I did not like how you accessorized this dress. The shoes, the dress, the hair. It was just all wrong for me.
Okay. I'll tell you my lowest person by far was Lala Ree. Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought there was no shape to it. Like she needed hips, she needed something going on. Her crotch was showing. Didn't like that. It just felt rough. It wasn't even draped well on her. I was like, girl, you're starting to show me like that you really haven't improved that much as a designer. So yeah, this was a rough one for me.
I didn't think the dress was that bad. I liked Lala's dress. I think the fabric worked extra hard for that dress, but I don't think it was bad. I just think it was short. And
Mhm.
with it being that short, if she wanted to show off the pussy, like she said, she should have put some bejazzles on it, like
Yeah.
jazz it up a little bit, and then
Or
so if
the
it's
same fabric and make a panty.
yeah, use the fabric makeup panties. So you could have put it on, and then it would have been like, oh, okay, girl, that's fine. It made sense for the outfit. But you just having it brown like that, it didn't do, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. But I didn't think it was ugly. But I didn't think it was. I think she deserved to be at the bottom for
Mhm.
sure. Her and Flora deserved to be at the bottom.
Okay, well, Floor was not my second least favorite. My second least favorite was actually Coco Jumbo, who wasn't even in the bottom. I just thought it was like just mostly fabric just draping on her. It kind of reminded me, those talent shows where somebody was like, let's make a dress in 60 seconds. I'm going to
Mm.
sew it together. Like it was the exact same shape that those dresses usually are. So I just wanted to see a little bit more effort behind it than it actually turned out to be. So yeah. And plus, I didn't like the fabric. Like she had an uphill battle for
Yes.
me. She wasn't even my third least favorite because Estrella was my third least favorite. I thought it was put together well. It just wasn't pretty, and that's mostly because of this
Fabric.
neon fabric.
I
Yeah,
hated
it
that
was just
fabric.
it was too overwhelming. It needed something else, or
Mhm.
else like it needed to be less fabric. Like show your skin a little bit more because it's just this green everywhere. So
Mhm.
yeah, but then Valor was my fourth least favorite. And the reason she's this high is because I think it's a great first draft. When she first came out, I was like, "Oh, this is good." It really wasn't until I saw the close up and how everything, you could see the cut lines on every single thing. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, yeah, this is kind of rough around the edges, literally. So I just like the concept of it, especially with the cutouts. So it was interesting, but just not very clean or well done. So
Yeah. I agree with the judges. I think Miss Jade, she just knew what she was doing. She always knows what she's doing with her body. She knows what fits her body. She
mhm.
knows what, like, come on. She looked amazing. She was
Yeah.
phenomenal. I was like, ooh, love the red, love the she just places everything so well. It was really, really, really good on her. And then Michael Baruli, baby, that was a dress that you would see on a red carpet somewhere. Like I really enjoyed that. It fitted her perfectly. It was cinched in the right spaces. She had the big jewel that Michael Maruli ate this look up. It was just that is so good. I think now my third and fourth could have been interchangeable at this point
Mhm.
because they were like, a matter of fact, I'm gonna say three-way a third place tie because Vibe was that fabric lends itself to the mod look, and I thought she looked phenomenal. I think she did phenomenal, and she was so good. And then, to my surprise, Nicole Page Brooks from
Mhm.
Atlanta, Georgia, turned out that shag carpet. You give her a shag carpet, and she showed out. I think she did the best she could with that fabric, but she turned it into something that was so, like, the cutouts were perfect, the way it flowed, what she had hanging, it was just like, yeah, she kind of ate that up. She kind of ate that up. She kind of ate that. And
Mhm.
Nikita Amon too. She was really, really, really good. They just look good. This was by far the best of the design challenges of the week
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think there were six people that were really good. So like, there's a lot of different ways they could have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because Nicole Page Brooks was actually my number six. So it was a
Ooh.
little surprised. I know that she's been getting a lot of love on Twitter. It was way better than I would have expected. It was kind of giving like Pat Benatar if she was in Labyrinth.
Oh, and
Like,
Raven. I forgot Raven. Raven's my fourth,
okay.
third. The Raven's tied for my third, not Nicole. She's fifth.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
I forgot about
Um,
Raven just that fast. Hmm.
yes. Okay. But yeah, what was it? Oh, Love the Fringe. She did well. Yeah, my number one was Miss Jade. So very sleek. It looks like it was painted on her, and she had like the asymmetry going on with the breast cups as well. Texture was great. She killed it. My number two and my two, three, and four are all really, really close. But my number two is somebody who I did not expect to like their look. And that's mostly because I heard ahead of time, everybody was like, oh, she's been tooting and booting. And here she is delivering a boot with her look. And it was
It was
Raven.
not a
That
boot.
was
It
not
was
a
not a
boot. I'm
boot.
sorry.
I'm
I'm
sorry. That's
so
not a
sorry.
boot. That's not
Whoever,
even a boot.
no. Yeah, like it looked very Project Runway to me. Like now I
Yeah.
kind of want to see Raven on Project Runway.
Ooh.
Um, like, and then I wrote, did she make the wig? And pretty much immediately she's like, I made this wig too. And
Yeah.
that was like the icing on the cake there, which is what solidified her as my number two overall. I was very impressed with what Raven did. Michael is my number three. I love the goth glam. The fabric looks so good. She had the best fabric for me. Um, yeah, it looked like something she brought from home. The only thing I would say to slightly critique her, and I don't know if she could have done anything about this, is with this dark fabric, it can kind of lose the detail a bit in different parts. So it would have been nice if there was like a pop of color to kind of tie things together a little bit. But I don't know if she could have even done anything about that. For me, number four was Vibe. Very cute. I loved keeping the 60s vibe because she didn't have to do that. Like, just because it's called mod, black and white, whatever, that doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
she has to lean into the 60s. But I'm glad she did.
Mm-hmm.
The patterns were not overwhelming. They could have been. but they were not for me. And she made a purse.
Yes. And she made
Um,
hers.
so she was great. My number, I won't go into too much detail. 5 for me was Nikita. Liked it a lot. Then Nicole Page Brooks was 6. Art Simone was number 7 for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, that but we had our winners, our top two, and it was no one from Down Under, which I was very shocked but very happy
Mhm.
about. It was Miss J So and Michael Maruli. They were the top two. We got All Star.
And Vibe was number 3. Let's remember that.
Yes,
So
Vibe was number three. Vibe was number three. I'm surprised they didn't have her in the top because she's a Down Under girl, but
true.
I like this.
Which I was so happy because these are my like preseason top 3. Like these are the ones that
Mm-hmm.
I've been like any draft. I'm like I just want these 3 if I can get them. And
Mm-hmm.
so them already being the top 3, I'm like, yeah, of course, feels right.
Of course. Like I really love that so much for them. Um, but they got to pick lipsticks. We got the lipsticks back. We haven't seen the lipsticks in a minute. They were going to pick between Lala Ree and Flora, who they were going to save. Um,
Estrella was safe.
Australia was safe because she's safe. But so they went back to Untucked to talk it out, and instantly Lala Ree was talking about, "Hey, I want to be here. This is, I want. I'm excited about
It's her
this,
third time.
but I'm excited about this, and I want to do this for me. And but it's your, but and Flora was like, it's her third time. Why do we give her another time to do this? It's her third time. And Jade was like, why are you spending your whole time talking about Lala when you should be talking about you? And I was like, mm-hmm. And then back when Lala was talking to Jade and Mike, and she was talking to Michael Maruli, Floor did the same thing to Michael and was like, Lala is her third time. She shouldn't have all these chances. It's we should, do this. But she knew, looking at Michael, that something is off. Like Michael already made up their mind. Michael knows what Michael wants to do right now. And Lala was just talking about Lala. And Flor and Miss J was like, I like you. I want to see more of you. she, I want to see your pussy and your butthole. I was like, okay, Miss J, period.
I was confused though. Like, why did she call her Nicole Page Brooks? Or was she was like you? Or was she just saying Nicole Page Brooks? I
No,
don't
I
know. I
think
was
because she was like, at first I thought you were Nicole Page Brooks, but then she was like, but she knew Lala Ree instead of Nicole Page Brooks. But
what was an acronym she came up with? New pussy bitch.
yeah, that's why she called Nicole Page Brooks. She said, because you're Nicole NP new P MPB, but you're instead of Nicole Page Brooks, you're new pussy bit. Like, I love
I
that.
love Jade.
I
Jade is
love Jade. Jade is delightful.
shout out to Jade because
Shout out
she's
to
gone
Jade.
through it.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Jade and keep going, girl. You got this. You
Yeah.
got this for sure. Um, but I would get out there. They're going to lip sync. Well, they get their lipsticks. They pick them. They put them. AJ puts hers in her crack of her. Whatever. But then they change clothes, and so it doesn't really matter that it wasn't her crack because they change clothes into their lip sync gear, and they go out to lip sync to the song from Bex. I can't remember the name of the song.
Either.
Meta something. Anyway, but it was from the artist Bex, who was the guest judge for the day, and the lip sync was good. Both of them did a really good job in this lip sync. I
Mm.
think both of them were like, okay, really good. Jade had a little slip up. A little slip up. She kind of, she did. She kind of lost track of what she did. It kind of shook her for a minute, but she quickly, quickly gained it back. Like it was so quick.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it was a very quick. She kind of had a little slip up, a little trying to, get her things off or whatever. She kind of lost a little bit, but lost the words, dropped the the words for like one verse, well, not even a verse, like a word, and but she was back. Like you could not tell if you weren't paying attention or blinked, you would have missed it. It was so quick, but they were really good. I think Michael won. I do think Michael won. I think it was really close, but I think Michael won.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one where, like, if they had said, Miss Jato, you win, I wouldn't have been mad at all. Like, I would
No,
have
I wouldn't have been
understood.
mad.
Yeah, it was pretty close. But for me, I think by a hair, it would have been Michael for me. And it did feel like the cameras were focusing on Michael a little bit more. So I
Hmm.
was not surprised by the results.
Absolutely. But and so Michael wins, and then just when they're going to pull out the lipstick, Michelle says, "Wait, I'm going to use my powers to stop this elimination. No one's going home." And I said, "Great. That is great because
I
who
love it.
brings who brings people all across the world just to send them home in a day? Don't do that. We
Right.
don't want to do that." So I love that nobody went home. Lala and Floor gets another opportunity to show what they can do, and
Floor
that's
gets another opportunity to show what she was going to do. Because I think both of them have her name on their
oh
lips.
yeah, yeah, because I think both of them would have. She was gotta go, but
Yeah.
they do that. They leave. Then Michelle picks up her phone and she like, "How soon can you get here?" And I said, "Who are you calling, Michelle? Who you
It better
calling?"
not be Naisha Lopez.
Uh,
They've done that before with her.
oh no, I don't know who she calling, but I don't know if it got something to do with Raven or what, because I don't know. At this point, I don't know no more. And I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised. So
I kind of want to know. I'm curious.
I'm not that curious. It's like, okay, girl, it is what it
We
is.
we do have one more bit of business to
Mm-hmm.
do with Drag Race Down Under versus the World. So since we've watched the first episode, we are now tasked with picking the winner of the season based on one episode. And I get to go first this time. And I will be very honest, I keep going back and forth between three people. They're my three faves. And they all, like, I was like, okay, surely one of them will slip up in the premiere and make it clear I shouldn't draft them. But no, they were the top three. So between Jade, Michael, and Vibe, I do think we likely have the winner amongst those three. And I'm happy no matter what. I think I'm going to go against my initial instinct in the months that we've been leading up to this season. I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be a Down Under girl. I think I'm going to pivot. I think I'm going to go with Michael Maruli.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going with my girl vibe because that's who I wanted. So
Choice. No, I'm going to be so happy if Vibe wins.
uh, I need my girl vibe to win. I'm like, oh, that would be so great. I would hate, but I would not be sad if Michael or Miss J so won because those are the three people who I would have picked. But
Yep.
I'm so happy with any of that. But I do think it's going to be a down under girl. So for the first down under versus the world, so I will. What better way to pick but than vibe? I love her. And I will say, shout out to Miss Lazy Susan for being a really great judge on this panel. I love it. I love Lazy Susan on this panel. I
Mhm.
do. I do. I think she's fabulous. She is fabulous. But moving on because we almost done. We almost done, you guys. Just stay tuned. We almost done. And you can always hit the timestamps if you want to just skip to your favorite stuff you want to watch. We do that for you. Well,
Oh,
David does
now
that.
that now they know that they can. Okay, good. 3 hours and 23 minutes in.
I mean,
Now I
yeah.
know.
Now, look, now it's a shame to wait this late to tell you, but you can go to timestamps. We're evil that way, but let's talk. Let's talk about love. Y'all, we finally do it. We finally get to last week of this. We finally at the last week of Love Island UK, and I
Last full
cannot.
week.
The last full week, we are done after Sunday or Monday. Sunday. I don't know. We're done soon, and I needed to be over yesterday. I needed to be over 2 days from now. Like, so you can watch the live recap that we're gonna do later on today. Myself and Logan, hopefully, but one of us will be there because just check that out later on. Talk about these episodes, but quickly, the grafties happened this week. There's a lot of Family Day happened this week. There's a lot going on this week. The families came in to visit. All the families were lovely. Some certain people had some smoke, a little bit of smoke for some of the people. Angelista's brother needed to talk to Simba man to man because he was doing too much in for and but they have made it to a good place. Simba and Angie have made it to a good place. They are in love. It's fine. She's forgiven him. So her brother didn't go too hard on him because he's like, if you like it, I love it. I love it for you. I'm gonna give him a chance because you do love him. So if you love him and you want to continue this thing, let's make it work. I do believe Simba and Angelista are in a really, 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 really good place right now. So I'm happy for them. Um, Priya's little sister stole the show. She was delightful. Just she's so sweet, and she stole the show. She was very happy with Aiden. She wanted to meet Aiden. She's just happy. Like, she's a sweetheart. She has I think she has Down syndrome or something, and she's just such a sweetheart. She was so cute. She was so cute, and it was nice. But she was a sweetheart. A little something between Jasmine's family and Aiden and Cav's family. Jasmine's sister pulled Aiden for a chat because she wanted to talk to him, sibling to talk to him. And she was actually like, yeah, you should come over and hang out with us and, family and family. She likes Aiden, but he's kind of like, and Aiden being who Aiden is kind of like, Jasmine's sister's hot. I'm like, oh my God, Aiden, it's 7 weeks in this thing, and you still trying to find a connection. And you with Priya, and it's just so dumb. I don't like that man. He can go, which he did. Thank God. Aiden and Priya are gone. Thank you. I'm skipping ahead. But yes, they are gone. They are dumped. They are out. Thank God, because the public saw what everybody else was seeing, what they didn't see in the villa, the public seeing. They're not gonna last. Anyway, um, Ethan got dumped too because he really had no connection. Literally, there was nobody in there for him. So we knew it was going to happen eventually. So he got dumped at the recoupling that happened at night, the night of the family visits or whatever. The grafties happened and everybody got mad at everybody all over again. First we were in Kumbaya land, and now everybody's mad at everybody. Um, Priya and Samraj bringing up old stuff, and Samraj is trying to gaslight Priya on top of some. Well, you called me embarrassing and told me to no, you told me to f off. She was like, after you called me embarrassing. Who cares? Who cares? Y'all already apologized for it. Like, be Elsa. Let it go. Uh, it was Aiden got all the grafties because being the raunchiest, the flirtiest, the something else he got for it. Like, please, that man. His whole like I don't know how he lasted this long. He has literally gone through 8 couples. 8 couples. He had 8 couples on this show, and none of them worked. None of them. So maybe the problem is Aiden. It's you. It's you. It's literally you. And I have a sneaky suspicion they're gonna have him back for All Stars, and I am going to jump off a bridge if he do. Like, this man is. If he is on All Stars, I promise you, I guarantee you, I will not be watching All Stars because I will. No, I cannot watch any more scenes with that man. He is so ugh. And everybody's mad at. Yulia, because Yulia is taking up for the bombshells, the Casa girls, and she's kind of like, I mean, because I understand how they are and how they've been treated in this villa, because I am one of them, and y'all all, the only reason y'all can't get rid of me is because I'm with Lorenzo, and y'all don't want to get rid of, like, she's just like telling them verbatim, like, I know what it is. Every time she's defending them, and the whole house is like, well, not even the whole house, the girls are like, you just don't understand, Julia, you just they're mad at her for telling her opinion, and then they don't like how she makes comments and whatever. She's not wrong, but I do understand that she needs to kind of, it's in the delivery. Like, she could say things really weird and rude, and they'd be like, that's bad. But she's not ever wrong in what she's saying. But it's just the way she delivers it. And I think it's just her Russian accent. And like, I think these girls go out of their way to act like they are very obtuse and don't understand what she's saying because of her accent. And it's like, so you didn't, they don't, she not speaking English right now. Like, y'all don't understand because she's Russian and has an accent that you don't understand what she's saying. It's so annoying. The girls, besides, excluding Angelista and I want to say Yasmin, but she kind of fallen into it too. They just they just are acting really obtuse right now, and they don't understand it. They don't understand her. And Yulia is telling the truth, because literally they play a game later on this week, and they play this game and about what the Islanders think and what the public thinks about these. They give questions and prompts or whatever, and everybody is dogpiling onto Julia. Everybody's dogpiling on Julia. It's starting to get really ugly and icky for me, because I'm like, why are y'all dogpiling? It's really bad. And even the public don't think that. Like, some stuff they think, like, who's there for fame, um, who's not there with the real intentions, what couple is, not go last outside of the villa. And everybody besides Simba and Angie are voting for Yulia and Lorenzo because of Yulia. And I'm like, when they could be voting because of Lorenzo, because Lorenzo is not, he's so not committed. His commitment phobe. He's like, he's scared of commitment. He likes that girl, but he is scared to say he like her. And it's so sad to see it, because you could tell he likes her, but he's kind of like, I want to, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, but he really should just go and say it. But now the girls and Aiden and Cab are mad at Simba, because Simba is like, y'all downpilot on her, and she is not saying anything wrong, and she's not, all these things are not according, should be her. And now they turn it on Simba, because like, how, like, it's a mess. It is a mess.
Hmm.
And I am so glad that this week is over, and first of all, Aiden is gone. And
Did, but did he get in a fight with Cav? Did
yeah, he
they
got
get in
into
like a yelling match?
a little bit of a yelling match, because Cav said something about, well, Cav was told Jasmine that he'd said that Bella was hot, her sister was hot, and she went and told Priya. He
Hmm.
told he told Jasmine that Aiden said that he wants to have deep conversations with Priya, but she pounces on him every night, so they can't have no deep conversation because she's pouncing. And so she tells Priya, and Priya's like, I don't do that. I'm not like you. I'm not desperate enough, Aiden, just to be pouncing on you. I'm just
Hmm.
enjoying our time, and I'm trying to talk. If you want to talk, let's talk. But you don't want to talk, because he told her, like, let's just end this thing with a friend thing, because I don't have deep feelings for you. This man, you sent people home. She sent people home because of you and these feelings that you had, only for you to turn around and say, I don't have deep feelings for you. I don't get it. I don't get it. I want this man out of my house. Well, it's not my house. Out of this villa, off my screen, and he is gone. So that's great. Angie, still my fave. Lorenzo, still my fave. Simba, you have moved up to my fave, because the way you handled it with Julia, and all of these people, you have rose above they drama, and you're not a follower. You're not. a sheep. You are going to stand your ground. So I appreciate that. Tommy, you're still in the like, but I'm side eyeing you because of the things that's come out. You have a girlfriend on the outside, or you had a girlfriend, recent girlfriend, like a week or two before you came into the villa, kind of girlfriend. You might have broke up with her, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I don't know, Tommy. I don't know. But I don't care about your lifestyle because once you leave the villa and off my screen, I'm never going to follow you or know anything else about you. So it's okay. You and Yasmin seem lovely. Great. Yulia, I would like you to not talk to these girls no more because everything you say go turn into something ugly with them, so it ain't worth it. But you're still I like you, Jasmine. You starting to fade for me. I don't know, babes. I don't know. Um, Cav, is that yeah, Cav,
Samrat.
Samraj, Cav, and Mika. Eh, yeah, 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 sure, great. And Priya and Aiden, I'm glad y'all out of my villa because I was telling y'all to get out. I'm glad you out. I can't. I want this show to be over. I don't know if I am going to be able to do another season of Love Island UK. Y'all told me to watch UK. It's great. Watch UK. It's lovely. I'm gonna stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. US is that it's 6 weeks, just enough time, and I don't know.
Who's winning
But
it?
who's winning? Probably Lorenzo and Yulia, but I would like it to be Angie and Samra and Angie and Simba because I think they have truly went through the experience and went through the hardest times and made it through. But the UK public is funny and they already had their black winner last year season, so I don't think they're gonna let another black couple win. Um, but if not, I think Yulia and Lorenzo will be fine. I will be fine with that. But I'm going to talk about this news. I'm not even going to bring up the banners news. It's really quick. Love Island USA season 8's Trinity, Bryce, and Anaya all have been signed to talent agencies WME, UTA, and Gersh in that order. For those three people, I am very excited that that's very good news for them. Uh, Also, Bryce is got his remix song, the song that he had made. It went viral while he was in the villa. He had it on TikTok. It's gone viral on TikTok. Blase by Ty Dolla Sign and Future. They have now announced that they are going to actually release it as a full single. So he has a single. It's going to drop on Thursday, July the 30th. So his song Blase, well, their song Blase with the hip techno house beat by Bryce Alakai will be dropping on Thursday. So congratulations to Bryce as well for getting your music career up and getting some music out there for you. That's his music. So congratulations to Bryce. But that's it. Next week we have the finale for Love Island UK. Thank God. And we have the premiere of Drag Race Mexico Latino Royale. So
Yeah.
I'm
Excited.
excited. I'm excited about Latino Royale. So yeah, we did it. We only took us 3.5 hours to do it, but we did it. And please make sure if you made it to the end, you're a real one. We love you. And please subscribe to this channel and subscribe to all of our channels. All the links will be in the description below in the link tree, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And our Instagram is at thecup.tv. Go check all that out. Um, get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The QR code is in the corner over there. And make sure to leave comments, subscribe, like, do all the things. It helps us out in the algorithm. And yeah, we're going to go. And we'll see you next time, y'all. Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.